will it be? In the blue division, this will be an all-out battle. The Midwest Midbests are looking better than ever with their smooth takedown of Cat Tax last week. And their opponents and tournament Cinderellas, the Angelica Houstons, survived a tie with the Shea Stakes and won the audience vote by 3 total votes.
It is 50-50 with a score, oh my god, with a score of 1,329 points to 1,326 points. Moving on next week is going to be the Angelica Houstons. Yes!
Oh, no. Can Bradley Markov and his team keep their dominance going, or will Connor Wood's squad squeak out another amazing victory? In the red division, we have another absolutely amazing matchup. Last week, the Busta Mimes were behind their whole match until anchor Ryan Ford, I know him, stole the final clue of Laffy Taffy joke, propelling them into the final showdown.
So I'm making a fire, I'm Analog John Silvers, and the wood itself is a Laffy Taffy joke?
Yes! Yes! That's exactly what
He'll be going up against 30 plus, who were shocked by the Hot Lava Boys, resulting in a tie match. The audience ultimately gave the go-ahead to 30 plus.
Moving on is 30 plus.
So the showdown is set. Is Captain David Dritzis shook by the tie last week and the fact that he's going up against his old Chicago teammates? Will Captain Todd Kenworthy finally lay down that 900-mile-per-hour gibberish we've all been waiting for? This match could go either way. Who will move on? Who will take it all? Sampata chocorakacha amazing! Horjabaragambombond extravaganza! Sambargantuchaba cheese!
Hello, loyal fans. Did you know that March is Women's History Month? Well, did you? If you didn't, now you do. And you can celebrate with us right here at Comedysportz Chicago. We're going to feature special events throughout the month, but specifically our Friday 7:30 p.m. matches are going to feature all female players all month long. The entire event is going to culminate in a very special weekend, April 7th through 11th. Comedysportz Chicago is so excited to host Comedysportz Worldwide Women's Weekend. That's right, we're going to welcome women from Comedysportz cities around the world for a weekend of all-female matches. So be sure to mark your calendar for April 7th through 11th and join us throughout the month of March for special events and some fun surprises to celebrate Women's History Month. We hope to see you right here at CSCN Chicago.
Oh, hey honey, how are you? I'm doing okay, Aunt Jean. Just trying to keep my head on straight. Yep, I told that lady at the coffee shop to just give me the whole dang coffee pot. Yep, how are you, Aunt Jean? Struggling. Girl, I don't feel confident using this fancy Loom, Zoom, whatever it is. Working remotely, honey, for Aunt Jean just feels so different than working in that office. Have you thought about taking an improv class? Child, now why would you think I would do that? I need help at work. I'm funny enough as it is. Right? Yeah. Of course, you are certainly funny, Aunt Jean, but improv classes can help develop other skills. Improv can help folks build confidence or just be better public speakers. Girl, I'm a working woman. I do not have time for a full 8-week class. You don't have to. The new training center Blueprint allows you to take 1, 2, 3, or even all 8 classes. If you only have time to take 1 2-hour class, then you can sign up for that one. You can also bundle your classes and save money. Well, I do need more help. Plus, I have some hilarious jokes to share. Have you heard The classes start February 22nd, and that folks should sign up ASAP if they want to reserve their spot. See, your mama didn't raise you right, interrupting your elders. What did you say, Aunt Jean? Nothing, child. Where do I sign up? Well, Aunt Jean, just head to cscchicago.com. If you're still unsure, you can always schedule a time to chat with someone from the training center to help you figure out the best path. Okay, honey, I gotta find my glasses that I lost again. I'll see you in class, okay? See you in class, Aunt Jean.
Hello, Gladys. Gladys Pumpernickel. It's me, Nana Hannah.
You want my Nana.
Hmm?
Hannah, you're not my Nana. You're just Hannah.
Oh, you're such a stinker, Gladys Pumpernickel. My fans on the Twitch call me Nana Hannah. It's my stage nom.
Oh, you have fans?
On the Twitch.
You have Twitch?
I bet you need me to tell you what a Twitch is. Well, here's how it all started.
No. I'm Pumpernickel Up the Jams 42. I stream NBA 2K.
Oh, Gladys. How wonderful for you and your family.
What do you stream on Twitch?
Comedysportz.
Is that an MMORPG? Or is it more of a battle royale situation?
Gladys Pumpernickel, I have no idea what you're saying right now, and I have the right mind to go get an old priest and a new priest and march right over there to bring you some of my world-famous salmon bread, of course.
Oh, I do love your salmon bread.
Anyway, Comedysportz is improv comedy, and my adorable grandson and online winner Jason sometimes plays and tries to make funny voices and characters. It's so much fun. There's barns burning and people speaking in tongues. It's a real gas.
Sounds like a real hoot.
It's a humdinger of a good time.
Sounds like a real romp.
Shenanigans.
Is it quite the bee's knees?
A real hullabaloo.
Oh, the cat's pajamas.
It's a fiasco.
Well, that's a real bowl of spicy salsa.
Jazz. Yes. That's enough, Gladys Pumpernickel.
Oh, well, I'll connect my Prime account right away so I can get them some subscription money.
Gladys.
Hello, and welcome to the show. I am so excited you are here. I think I forgot to mute one of my things, but that's okay. How are you? Tell me in the chat how you are doing. My name is Carly Kohake. I'm going to be your digital Sherpa. I'm going to be your host for the night. Because it's Friday, and that means we have two options. Either we're gonna lean with it or we're gonna rock with it, okay? That's what we're doing. So tell me how you're doing in that chat. I am also gonna launch a poll. In that poll, you know what? Tell me if this is your first show or if you are a returning fan, okay? That poll is gonna be in the upper hand side of the chat. It's a little drop down, a little click. There's also channel points allowed. So if you want to throw some channel points at that poll or the polls that are coming up in the show, feel free to do so. Yes. Okay. So why are we here? We are Comedysportz. We are going to do improv comedy that is played as a sport. So improv comedy is comedy, hopefully, that is made up all on the spot. It's off the top of our heads. And sports are a set of rules set around a time frame with arbitrary rules that pit you against your closest friends or strangers. So that's fun. But we're gonna play improv comedy as a sport. Okay, let's see how that poll is doing. Black agave, pretty decent. Love that. Oh, great. We just have no, we're happy to be back. I love
Love, and adore that. So those polls are going to be important. Like I said, we are going to be throwing those polls up in the chat throughout the match because we are going to come to you to vote for who won that scene, song, or game and get the 5 big points or more big points. We'll see what Ref Valley does. Okay, there is one thing that I need to go over, and it is the brown bag foul. As we know, we're all humans and we err. So we might mess it up because we're making it up. So if any of our players step over the line of good taste and go Bed Bath & Beyond, they will get the brown bag foul called on them. Guys, I'm choosing to lean with it. Called on them, and they will have a brown paper bag over their head for the rest of the scene, song, or game. Now, I do want to tell you, we do have a very expensive brown bag bot in that chat, and it is good. So if you say something that is a little lewd, crude, or lascivious, it will give you a warning and it will be removed from the chat. And if you step over that line of good taste again, we're going to have to boot you. This show is for anybody that is from 2 to 200 years old. So let's keep that in mind. Have a good match. Okay, so this week has been hard. I don't know, there's just something about the stars and the moons that are aligning, and it's been hard. So in that chat, give me active activities that you love to do for self-care or to like unwind, but active activities. So like I would do a mask and maybe take a bubble bath. That's just me, because I'm a mask and bath girl. Okay, so while those are coming in the chat, okay, goat yoga and napping with the dog, amazing. While those are coming in the chat, I want to let you know that just down below me, there are a bunch of links that will help you navigate this world that we've built at Comedysportz Network. So we have our Chicago Resource Guide, which has information on voting when it's that time of year, Black Lives Matter, and our favorite Black-owned businesses and more. We also recently added to it for the AAPI community and resources where you can help support them and educate yourself about what is happening in this world and why we need to pay attention. All right, I think that's it. You know what? I'm ready. I'm done leaning with it. I'm now gonna rock with it. I'm gonna go get the players from that locker room and get this match started. All right. Dating back to the dystopia of 1984, Comedysportz is coming at ya this Friday night. Are you ready? Give me those 6s and 7s in the chat for the visiting team, the Okie Skokies. Up first, we have the 16 beast. It's Susan Harmon. And up next, we have the super sweet and super suave Marilette Martinez. All right, everybody, 6s and 7s in the chat for the captain of our visiting team. It's Captain Ashley Guerin. Doing the reading. Library's open, y'all, because it is our downtown Chicago bosses. Coming up first, it is the wonderful, the incredibly talented Heather Scholl. Next up, it is the comedy queen herself. It is Meg Grunwald. All right, we've been waiting for it all night. You got to put those 6s and 7s in the chat because it is the captain of the Downtown Bosses. It's Cynthia. Come back. All right. You really got to put those 6s and 7s together because it is my girl squad. It's Ref, Allie, Volmer.
Yes, welcome to Comedy Sports. What an awesome lineup. Carly, how are you?
You know what? It's been a rough week, but I'm so happy to be here now. And in fact, I wore my new hat. It says, I just hope both teams have fun.
I wish I could be as impartial and just give out the points to both teams whenever I saw fit, but this is a comedy smackdown. And actually, I'll tell you what, there's one more foul that we're going to cover due to this digital world that we're in, and that is the technical foul. So at any point, they're unable to speak clearly, or they start to stutter and freeze and throw off all of the graphics on the screen, and we have to stall for time. That will be a technical foul, and I will take away points from the team based off of the severity of the technical foul. If it's a mute, probably not so bad. If Ryan Ford in the background starts screaming, I wouldn't think that you're going to win the match tonight. But that is the technical foul.
Hey, fair is fair.
So with that, fair is fair.
Yeah.
But I'm not fair. Let's get both captains to the screen. Captain Cynthia, Captain Ashley, Captain Cynthia, please shake hands as a sign of good sports personship. Wonderful. I love it. To decide who opens up, and picks this head to head. I'm a sad person, but I have a lot of motivational things lying around. This little plaque here sits on my desk. What does it say? I'll give you a hint. We'll start with Captain Cynthia. Fill in the blank. Everything is
worth 1,000 pickles in a jar.
Everything is worth 1,000 pickles in a jar. Captain Ashley, complete this motivational desk plaque.
Everything is just okie skokie.
Well, I'm going to give it to Captain Ashley because everything is figure-outable.
Which is the same as pickles, in a jar.
I guess if you are in a pickle, that's true. I've already spoken, and like most things in my life, I can't take my decisions back. So, Captain Ashley, what game are you going to pick for this opening head-to-head?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have awesome rascals here, and this is what I want. Gramophone. Let's play it. Gramophone.
Ooh, gramophone. Let's get both of our teams ready to play. For those of you that are in the chat, the first thing that I need are some initials. So I want you to think of your favorite person in the world, like the person that if you could right now, you'd scoop them up in a big bear hug. What are their 2 initials? So put those in the chat. We're going to be using those for the game of gramophone. Our teams are going to be passing the phone back and forth with each other because it's one of those things where your relative calls and you got to pass the phone around the room. And those initials are going to inspire the characters that you're about to see. Let me go to the chat and I'm going to throw it out here. We're starting with Heather, and the initials we're going to begin with are AW. AW are your initials. Players, are we ready for this game of gramophone?
Yes.
Yeah, Grandma, I had a pretty good time at the flea market. I found some good deals, There was an old vanity that I think I could restore and give it a fresh paint job. And oh my gosh, Grandma, I have to pass the phone. There is an awesome walrus that wants to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, Grandma. Yeah, no, things have been really good lately. I got a wireless headset, which was great. Fish have been doing good stuff, so that's nice. And also, I made friends with a penguin. He was really good. Oh, hold on. Speaking of friends, there's a very agile wildebeest. So I'll just hand him the wireless set. There you go.
Do you see me, Grandma? Do you see me, Bonnie? Do you see me climbing? I'm climbing up the wall, Grandma. Do you see me? Can you see me through the phone, Grandma? Ah! Oh, gosh. Okay, there is an awkward walnut that wants to talk to you, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. I know it's been some time, but I just want to say that I really miss you. But hold on, Grandma. There is an angry witch who would like to speak with you.
And you know what? You put too much spice in your pumpkin pie, Granny. That's right. Yeah, you know what I think about that? You can take your cookies and I'll push some in the oven. Oh, hold on, there's an achy bell.
And then the next initials are CK. CK.
Hey, Grandma. Yeah. No, it's okay. You can bother me anytime, Grandma. Yeah, no. Grandma, stop. You're embarrassing me. Oh, you know what? This is a good time because, oh my gosh, a cake kite is coming at ya. Watch out.
Whoa! It's so windy! My icing! Oh no! I was so nicely decorated! Oh, thank goodness I gotta pass the phone. There's a climbing kangaroo!
Grandma, yeah, can I go to the top of the mountain? It's real nice up here. Is there a good view? I thought maybe next time I should just jump though. The whole climbing doesn't really work because my arms are so short, but I'm branching out. So that's, sorry, Grandma, hold on. Up at the top of the mountain, there's a crotchety Christ Kindlemark shopper. Hold on, I'm just gonna press the button.
Yes, how much for that little figurine, the turtle? Not the medium-sized turtle one. No, the one with the etching on the top of it. Oh, okay, well, sorry, Carly Kohake wants to talk to you. One moment.
Hey, Grandma. No, listen, this basement situation is terrible. There's sewage everywhere. The insurance is terrible. They're not helping me. Grandma, okay, Grandma, I gotta go. There is a clownish kitten who really needs to talk to you.
Yeah, hold on, Grandma. There's a cool night meow that needs to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, is that what's wrong? Oh, you know what? Let me hand you to my Kathy Killior.
Yes, my name is Kathy, and I'm going to kill you! Ah!
That's the game. Carly, I want to give you the best news. The majority of the initials, which if you remember my get was who's somebody that you want to scoop up in a big hug, the majority of the initials were all of our initials.
I love that. And I'm going to only speak for me. I will accept a hug or 8.
I would love a hug. We're getting so close to hug season. I declare
hug
we're getting
season.
close to hug season.
Yes, the best season of the year.
We got that poll up. What we got that poll up for? I don't remember how polls work.
Oh, the poll is in the chat so you guys can vote who gets the 5 points.
It is like neck and neck. It's very tiny on my screen.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh wow, it's like even.
You know, Ref Allie, sorry. I read a study in college that's saying hugging 6 people releases enough oxytocin to switch your mood up. Oh, we have a winner! It is the Blue Bosses!
5 big points going over the Bosses. Someone hug the red team because they are down. But with that does mean I need my blue captain, Tweedledee, to the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just
Are you
giving
good?
myself a congratulatory hug.
We caught you.
Yeah, raise those like good mood hormones?
Yeah.
I didn't study. So, Captain Cynthia, what do you want to play just with your team to demonstrate how awesome the Chicago Bosses are?
How awesome the Chicago Bosses are. That sounds like a song. Which is the name of the game that I would like to play with my team?
Ooh, that sounds like a song. Let's field that blue team. For the chat, my job for you is I need a suggestion. Surprise. What is the most underrated condiment? Give it to me in the chat. What's that condiment that you see it on the table and you're like, yes. For the game of That Sounds Like a Song, our blue team is going to be doing a scene, but at any point, one of the players might hear something they like and tell the other player, hey, that sounds like a song. And with the help of the amazing Ryan Mira on keys, we're going to hear that song. All right, to the phone chat. Ooh, yes. Please. Thank you so much. It fits my decor. I'm an adult. Your suggestion is tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is the suggestion and the inspiration for the scene. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
Well, I got as many fried fishes that there was available at the store, everybody. I think we're ready for the banquet.
Fish Fry Friday banquet! Wow!
I'm so excited for those fish. All the different fish we're gonna have. We're gonna have cod. We're gonna have halibut. We're gonna have trout.
Goldfish.
You know what? There's even goldfish for those little kids who don't like the taste or smell of fish.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, Carolyn. Carolyn, did you bring the tartar sauce?
Oh, Carolyn, don't tell me you forgot the tartar sauce.
I forgot the tartar sauce.
Now that sounds like a song.
Disaster! Disaster! I forgot the tartar sauce! The party's ruined!
Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do without tartar sauce. I think the party may be ruined. How do you even make such a marvelous, mysterious dip?
There's got to be a recipe somewhere on the internet. Hold on.
Yeah, Amelia.
Oh, it says sour cream, mayonnaise, relish.
That sounds like a song.
Oh, you wanna make some tartar sauce? Little relish.
Deborah, I feel like you saved the day. Our Fish Fry Friday is gonna just be fruitful now with all sorts of fishies and dippies.
That sounds like a song.
Fishies and dippies, fishies and dippies. You put the fish in the dips, yum yum. Fishies and dippies, fishies and dipsies. Don't leave out those chips, yum.
Oh gosh, I was gonna say don't leave it out in the sun either.
Oh no, you wouldn't want to leave a fish out in the sun,
No.
We feel like some guests should start arriving soon.
Oh, that sounds like a song.
I invited 1,500 people.
I don't know if there's enough dip for that.
There's not.
It's the game. That is just a modern day problem of blow the whistle, also unmute, fumble the whistle, call time.
Yeah.
Like in all those Zoom meetings we're all in.
Yeah, it's one of the quintessential skills of being an adult, and I'm not there yet.
Have you done anything untoward on the Zoom or the Microsoft Teams since we've moved into this digital age?
I definitely thought I was on mute one time and a coworker was like giving an update and I laughed very hard at something that my partner did. And they were like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "Oops, Nothing. I'm so sorry. That is my that's my big oops. That's my technical foul.
I have the issue that I have 2 monitors, and so it's really easy that if I'm like here and then you're talking and I just go like, nope, they can see your face. They can see your whole face. They can see your reactions in your
All
face.
of it.
Speaking of seeing someone's face, let's get the red captain to the screen. Captain Ashley, that was a good game.
I'm not gonna lie, my shoulders might have moved up and down, back and forth, you know.
Okay, well that just means that you guys are loosey-goosey and ready to tackle the field screen again. So what game are you going to play just as your team to combat that?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love my team so much, and we're gonna be changing some styles. We're playing changing styles.
I love how that works. Screen your team. Loyal fans, for this game, surprise, I'm going to need some suggestions. I want a couple things in the chat. First off, what is a musical genre that, like, as soon as we get out of this hullabaloo, you're going to go to a bar or a music venue and you're like, yes, let's listen to this style of music. I want that in the chat. I also want, I Googled everything that had to do with WandaVision because I refused to watch it. But what's a genre or a type of show that you wish they would have tackled in that intro, that really cool intro? And then finally, I would love just your favorite type of TV show. That's it. That's all I'd like. So I want those in the chat. You're going to see the game of changing styles. I will explain that they will be doing a base scene and then they're going to be changing their style. So we are going to have 3 styles. We're going to have Teletubbies. Teletubbies, murder mystery, and early 2000s pop. We're going to take it in that order, but we need that base scene first. So players, are you ready for this game?
Yes. Listen, I'm glad everyone's here. I just want you to know that I'm gonna be leaving the group after graduation.
What? Cheryl? You can't leave knitting club. I still haven't mastered the pearl stitch. All my scarves are gonna fall apart. You leave.
Cheryl, I'm still wrapped up in this yarn. You're just gonna leave me in the yarn?
Deborah,
I don't know how to get around.
I feel like I've taught you everything I can, and now it's for you to figure out on your own.
Do you hear that, Bobby? Do you hear that?
Be honest with me. Are you leaving us for crocheters? Are you?
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be hurtful, but yeah.
And that's the base scene, and we're going to see it again as the Teletubbies. Players, are you ready?
Yes. All right. I just want everyone to know that after we go on this walk, I won't be joining the group anymore. I'm going to go off and make my own way.
What?
Oh, no. I'm feeling sad now. What are we going to do?
Oh, my head's not on correctly. You're gonna leave us when my head's not on correctly?
Listen, Tellies, I just look at the great big baby in the sky. It's telling me I have to go. I have to find my own way.
For the Muppets?
No. For the Muppets?
Listen, I've always wanted to meet Kermit the Frog.
Did I say murder mystery earlier? I want to see a murder mystery.
All right, ladies. I'll admit it. I might have had something to do with it.
This entire time, you've actually been the culprit? How dare you?
How dare you get us tangled in your mess, Beatrice? How dare you?
Listen, Veronica, Crystal, I didn't want to get you mixed up in these crazy shenanigans. I thought I could just take the fall myself.
Cassandra, are you hanging out with that group from the other side of the tracks?
All right, you got me. I've been hanging out with buyers.
And the moment we've all been waiting for, 2000s pop.
Oh, baby, it was me. I'm the one who committed the travesty.
You can't leave. Not right now. You'll break my heart some way or somehow.
We need you, we need your hugs and love. But if you need to go, then cut us off.
My heart is breaking. I have to go. Don't you look at me as I hit the road.
Are you cheating with some other man? Are you?
I did it.
Oh, I got some major Britney Spears vibes, especially from Marionette.
Mm-hmm. And Marionette is rocking some real good hair flip right now. It is on point. All right, I launched the poll. I almost said I launched the chat.
This is where we secretly find out that Carly's responsible for Twitch. She launched the chat.
Guys, I coded Twitch and then sold it for a measly Subway sandwich.
Some of them are good. Loyal fans, you can use those channel points. You can vote for the team that you want to see. Carly, we were talking about our lives just not being put together, and I'm gonna be real. I have Apple AirPods, but the battery is so bad it does not last through an entire match. So while I switch to these guys, would you mind telling the fans what they can expect to see on Saturdays, that we have kind of a special event going on? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also going to give an update on that poll because it ended, and the winner is the red team with Changing Styles. So on Saturday, you got this one?
You go for it. No, you go for it. You go for it.
I'm going to support you. On Saturday, we have our 7:30 match, and then we are launching a new trivia show called Who Run the World, all about women's history. And also the contributions that women have made all around the world, which is lovely. And then we're going to go into the final four of the Six Things tournament. Yes.
That is awesome. Saturday nights, you do not want to miss. But right now, do not miss this night, tonight, because we have a tied up game, which means I want captains to the screen. Captain Ashley, you pulled out a win there. Now we got a tie.
Feel good. I feel good. Whew, it's great. I feel okie skokie.
I feel like a boss, in case anyone was wondering. I feel like a boss.
I was wondering, Cynthia, and here's the thing. You did not get to pick the starting game, so I will let you pick. What are you going to face in this head-to-head lightning round?
Ooh, diner times is what I'm calling it. Diner times.
Diner times. All right, field your teams. Boom. Loyal fans, I need something in the chat from you right now. Let's go ahead and just give me a profession that we're never going to replace with robots. I want that in the chat as a suggestion. For the game of Diner Times, this is a pun-based game where our players are going to be coming up to your table and letting you know about a little bit about what the special is today. So let's say the special was banana. They might come to the table and say, "Oh, sweetheart, don't order the banana special. It's not very appealing." And I'm on this side of the screen, which means you're going to expect better things from the other sides of the screen. But that is the gist of the game, and this will be Burn Box style, so I'm just going to call some people out and get those jokes. I'm going to the chat for, what is the, that will never replace with robots. Ooh, that's Wow, these are really good. I say actually like I'm doubting my fans. This is ridiculous. Therapist. Therapist is your suggestion for the start of Diner Time. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
We're gonna kick it first with Susan.
Oh, honey, don't order the therapist special. It's not very good. Psych! It's great.
Cynthia.
Honey, you wanted to order the therapist special? Is that what you're telling me? Well, you should. Everybody should order the therapist special.
We're going with Marilette.
Oh, you want to get the therapist special? Listen, you're gonna have to wait like an additional couple of hours if you really want it.
Heather.
You don't want the therapist special. I mean, maybe if you got it grilled, but you definitely don't want it fried.
Oh. Ashley.
Oh, honey, you want the therapist special? Well, look at this. I'll give you a little discount, 50 minutes. 50 minutes only.
Meg.
Oh, honey, you want the therapist special? Between you and me, you're going to be laid up on the couch all afternoon if you get it.
Oh. We're going to change it up here, and we are going to go with a different suggestion. I'm still loving the ones that are in here. So, food critic. Food critic is the suggestion, and we are going to start with Marilette.
Oh, honey, listen, between you and me, the food critic special, it's a real pompous move.
Heather.
Honey, you don't want the food critic special. It's got 2 thumbs in it. Yuck.
Susan.
Oh, baby, don't order the food critic special. I thought it was grilled, but it's actually panned.
Oh, okay. We're changing it up. We're changing it up here. We are going to go with a hairstylist. Hairstylist. I know it's crazy that I'm doing that. We're going to start with Ashley with hairstylist.
Oh, honey, you want the hairstylist specialist? Okay, well, let me just tell you, it's gonna be the Bob.
Cynthia.
Oh, you wanted to order the hairstylish special. All right, well, think about it. You might want to mull it over that one.
Meg.
Oh, you want to get the hairstylist special? That's what you want. Okay, how do you want that cut, honey?
Oh.
Yeah.
All of you stop. That's the game. Oh, I have never seen Diner Times before. That is a hashtag new game for Ref Alley. What do you think, Carly?
Awesome. It's so good. I also, as somebody who's pretty bad at accents, I love listening to other folks do accents.
Yeah, and especially when you don't need to know what it's from because you'll never know.
Truly, you don't have to name it, honey.
It's just the accent now. But let's get a poll up. I think there's a poll.
Oh, right.
Let's get a poll up because we want to know who made you laugh or groan or have an emotional reaction for the first time in your day more than the other team. So we're going to see that poll popping up here shortly. You're going to want to vote for blue if you want a big 5 points to go to the blue team, and you want to vote for red if you want 5 points to go to the red team. In the meantime, if you think these accents are easy, they aren't. We are professionally trained professionals. And if you want to become as professionally trained professional as we are, go to our website, check out our school. We have a ton of classes that are opening up, and we have just the most flexibility you could possibly imagine. You can do it's like a Golden Corral buffet of classes, but they're good, and you're not going to have a stomach issue after.
Yeah, all the classes are smashed garlic potatoes. They're primo.
Oh, yeah. Every class is smashed garlic potatoes. That is for truth.
All right.
That's that poll
This
again.
poll
It is
is
neck and neck.
Yeah, it is neck and neck. Come on, poll. Oh boy, there's a lot of bits coming in.
A lot of bits.
A lot of bits.
Bits.
Oh, and with 51% and 447 votes, it's the blue team.
I'm doing 5 points to the blue team. Loyal fans, this is the point in the match where we play the hardest game in improv, which is 6 things. And now the blue team is in the lead. There is an opportunity for the red team to catch up if they're able to steal. But the first thing I need to know is who is leaving the room for each team. Captain Cynthia.
Yeah, Heather. Heather, good luck, but you don't need it. You got this, Heather.
Bye.
That is a lot of confidence. Ashley, how are you going to topple that confidence?
Oh my Lanta, by having our best player, Milet! Yes! Ah!
Get off this screen.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to send both of our players out of the room. They cannot hear us. They cannot see the suggestions that are coming in. Why is that important? Because we're about to play 6 things. This game is going to be mime and gibberish. We're going to get some suggestions for you, and we're going to be having our players guess through mime and gibberish what these activities are. But what are these activities? We got those from you earlier. That's called a callback, and Carly's in charge of that. So as a heads up, Carly, I'm going to have you grab the even numbers for suggestions, and I will take care of the odds.
Got it.
Yeah. So one of the first activities that we have is playing volleyball. So what I want to see in the chat, there are 2 different suggestions from you. I would like to know, what did you do like a grade school science experiment with? Like, did you do like the little volcano with the baking soda? Like, what was your grade school little experiment? And then I would also like to know, who is your favorite female or non-binary author? I want both of those in the chat for playing volleyball. As I write it down on my yellow pad. Okay, going in the chat. Oh, isn't it like, you want to pull up?
All right. I think there's some good ones in there.
Yeah, we have some great ones. Unfortunately, my Twitch decided to crash, and I only have 3 suggestions in there. So actually, Carly,
okay.
I got the guess, but would you mind looking at those suggestions for me?
Yeah,
this is
you
for
got
playing
it.
volleyball.
All right. So the volleyball, it is going to be. Hold on. It's going to be. Oh wow. I'm gonna shorten this one, and it's gonna be a cow. Volleyball is a cow. And then the person that they're playing with is going to be Mary Shelley.
Ah, Mary Shelley, thank you so much. And then I'm just going to call an audible and say that now I will get the suggestions for the evens. And it looks like that is going to be throwing pottery. Ooh, I love it. I'm so bad at that activity. Okay. So what I need for this is if you could get $1 million and you just had to talk nonstop for 1 hour about a single topic, what could you totally talk for an hour about? And then in addition, I would love to know, oh no, you're at a wedding, you reach into your pocket, you don't have rice, you don't have glitter, but you have this in your pocket or your purse, and you're like, ugh. What did you just throw at the lovely couple that just got married? So for throwing pottery, we are going to be the clay, or the thing that's being pottered is playing cards. So the clay is playing cards. And your wheel, the wheel that is spinning that you are using, is hand sanitizer. Your clay is playing cards and your wheel is hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I can get
All
some
right,
more.
we have a third activity, and I'm going to toss it over to you, Carly.
All right. In the chat, put someplace that you have visited and that you were pleasantly surprised that you liked it so much, or a place that you've always wanted to go. And then also put in the chat, you know what? Who do you think my middle school crush was? So you get to age me, and then also put in that middle school crush, a celebrity middle school crush. If you know anybody in Ohio, I will be shocked. All right. I love this. Yeah, so there are. Yep, you're right, Mark Wilder. I did love Orlando Bloom. So for doing embroidery, the needle is going to be Orlando Bloom, and you're going to be doing it in New Orleans.
Ooh, perfect. All right, walking in nature. I want a couple of things in there. I would like to know an international, outside of the U.S. landmark. I would like that, please. As well as, I looked at my pad of paper and I had a suggestion, and then I just turned and saw a blanket, and then I just spaced it. So we're going back to the pad. Oh, yeah. If you could have a famous person, like you paid them, bloop, and they're about to give your best person speech at a wedding, who would be like just a clutch celebrity that would do a best person speech at your wedding? So, walking in nature, we are going to be walking at, specifically, we're going to be walking at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And your shoes for this walk are Stephen Colbert.
I love that.
Walking through at the Leaning Tower, shoes are Stephen Colbert.
All right.
Oh.
Can I, for relaxing in a hot tub, can I get your favorite celebrity that is a person of color? Pretty wide, that category. And then also, can I get something that you know you have in your fridge and you haven't eaten it yet? Just what is it? Oh, wow. Okay, this person came in twice and I'm gonna take it. So you're relaxing in a hot tub with Idris Elba.
Oh, just end the show.
Please. And then also, something in your fridge. Wow. Okay. You are going to be wearing, your bathing suit is going to be breakfast sausage.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, for napping with a pet, I need something that is in a first aid kit. Give me something inside of a first aid kit, as well as, what is the next scientific discovery you would love to see in your lifetime? Like, you're looking forward to this scientific discovery. So we're taking a nap with a pet, but instead of like a sheet, it is oh gosh. These are tough first aid kits. Instead of a sheet, it is a Band-Aid. Your sheet is a Band-Aid. Indeed. And oh yeah, I would love to see all of this. Oh yeah. That would be great. All of these. I'm just getting lost in all of this. However, you're dreaming, what you're dreaming about as you nap with this pet, you're dreaming of teleportation. Dreaming of teleportation. All right, give yourself some 6s and 7s in the chat, because those are fantastic suggestions. And like I said before, we're going to be taking those replacements in that activity, and our players are going to have to get their fellow teammates to guess what that activity is with the replacements. And like I said, no English. They're using gibberish, and they can't do the activity for the person. So for example, if it was writing a letter, they could hand them the pen, they could hand them some paper, but it would be up to the person to write the letter themselves. There is an opportunity, so they're going to have 90 seconds to guess this activity. At the end of that time, if they don't have it correctly or they don't have a guess, the other team has a chance to steal. That's why I mentioned, like, it is anyone's game at this point. It's almost like it's designed to be. There is the opportunity to steal, and we're going to see just how close our players can get. This is going to be exciting. Carly, have we gotten our players back into the room?
I believe so. I count all of our ladies and humans.
Count our humans. Count your humans. Count on your humans. Check on your humans. This has been a PSA.
Feed and water your humans.
Feed and water your humans as well. Stay hydrated, everyone. Whatever happened this week, please keep staying hydrated. We're going to start with the blue team. We've divvied these up. The blue team has the odds and the red team has the evens. And so just like first impressions, Heather, how are we feeling?
Ooh, I feel like I haven't guessed in a minute. So
and
it'll
you're
be
about
fun
to
though.
guess
It's exciting.
in a minute.
Now.
Because we're going to put a minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Blue team, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's begin.
You got saraba. Bing.
Shabaga sala homa de ge?
Saraba.
Sabada. Shabama down, shabama down. Shabama. Oh, shabada sa ha. Shabada.
You got saraba.
Habada dabada ha ha. Zabada ha.
I guess I
Zabada ha.
We have 1 minute. All right, 30 seconds, but we're going to, 28
seconds.
Yeah, Carly, keep me honest on these time calls. Heather,
you got it, girl.
I'm playing beach volleyball. My volleyball is a dairy cow, and my opponent is Mary Shelley.
All right, I can't see the screen. Carly, is that third replacement correct?
Yes, it is.
Wonderful. That's a big 5 points going over to our blue team, which brings our red team to the screen. All right, first impressions. Marilette, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but mostly excited. I've got two amazing clue givers on my side, so I'm excited to go for it.
Let's go for it then. Red team, are you ready?
Yes.
Activity 2, go.
Score, sky, score.
1 minute. Okay. Gloop gloop. Pwa. Pwa.
Second. 30 seconds.
All right.
15 seconds left.
15 seconds. Marilette, what is your activity?
Yeah, I'm roasting a pig on a beach. My pig. There were so many great things that just happened right now. My pig is a deck of cards, and the guests at this luau are they're exotic dancers, exotic dancing birds.
Absolutely. So we're going to need to clean up a lot, players. I think it's every single part of it. So we had, what was that time check again? 15 seconds. 15 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
Hamalaka. Tink tink tink. A tigida. Gloop thump. Hamalaka.
I should get the
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
right, red player, stop the clue giving. Marilat, here is your last opportunity. What is your activity?
I'm fermenting wine. My fermentations are a deck of cards, and I am with a suntan oil.
Ooh, I'm sorry, but that is not correct. I am going to pass it over to Heather to see if she can steal.
Okay, I'm making pottery. My pottery clay is a deck of cards, and my apparatus that's spinning is hand lotion.
Oh, I am so sorry. That is not correct. You were spinning pottery. Your clay was a deck of cards, and your wheel was hand sanitizer.
Oh.
Hand sanitizer. Very close.
Topical.
0 points there. 0 points there. We are going on to
time is all I'm saying.
For the last year, topical.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all just making our own pots and being like clean. Like, I can do it.
Time goes by so slowly.
I made my own
Very
bread.
true.
I'm a woman of the earth. All right, blue team, this is your third activity. We are going to get started, and players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shabada Kasalama, Hashabada, Hambarada, Sabada, wee, what? Sabada, ha?
Sabada,
Sabada, Sabada, ha? Sabada, kink, ah!
Oh!
Sabada, ha?
Sabada,
kink, Sabada, ah!
Ah! Oh, ego. Oh!
Shamalekino, somebody.
I guess it.
One minute.
Oh.
Oh, awesome. You guys said about oh, ooh, guys, you guys are dun 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 dun.
Sabala Hamaziga, Shavagi, Shavada, Alabaha, Sabada.
30 seconds.
Oh, Sabada, Sabada, ha, Shavada.
All right, Heather, what's that time check?
45
9
That's
seconds.
not right.
9
I'll
or
take
45?
I'll take 45.
He did it so slowly, y'all. It looked like he was adding. Maybe he was adding.
It was like
Let me say it out loud.
4 seconds ago.
Oh, time is irrelative in this time. Heather,
Okay.
what are you doing?
I'm doing a needlepoint embroidery. My needle is that very handsome Orlando Bloom, and I am at Mardi Gras.
I'm going to have to give you 9 seconds to clean up where you're at. Players, are you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Shabada, Sabada, ha, ha, Sabada, Shabada, ha, Shabada. Oh, Shabada, dang, dang, Sabada,
All right.
2
Heather,
seconds.
Heather, 2 seconds. What is your entire activity?
I'm making that needlepoint embroidery. My needle is Orlando Bloom, and I am in New Orleans.
You are correct. That is 5 points going to our blue team. I do need a score check because I've lost my mind.
You got it. Blue team has 20 points and the red team has 5.
Woo!
If
There-
I do
there
math
is-
right, they could still catch it.
We out here, baby.
This is true. There is a possibility. And we're going into our fourth activity, and we're going to have the red team see if they can steal this match. We're going to go into activity number 4. Red team, are y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go.
Hamanaka. Tweet, 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 tweet. Hua, hua. Ha, Who's gonna?
She's about to get out. Is that
Oh, skip it.
Hola, que te quedas.
Escobar. Chica, Escobar.
One minute.
Diska. Kakska. Swat. Yeah, tigra. Havra. Tick. Sabra. Kusuma havra. Oh, sabra.
Oh, speak then.
Sabra. Kusuma. Stefana ha. Stefana ka.
All right. We're doing the activity. What is our time?
34 seconds. Yeah, I did
Awesome.
it.
34 seconds. For loyal fans that are out there, there's just a series of very steampunk gears that turn once we start 6 things, and we kind of get transported into this land before time. It's very tough to read. But Marilette, what are you doing?
I'm going outside because we've been inside for so long. I'm going out for a walk. I'm outside. I'm at the Leaning Tower of Pizza in Italy, and I am with Paul Reiser from Mad About You.
All right, red team, your first 2 are correct. We're only cleaning up that 3rd replacement. We have 43 seconds for it. So players, are you ready?
34.
He's about
30.
You're doing so great. And I just want to say your hair looks really good.
Sabra ka. Tick. Tigra. Havra. Open up.
30 seconds.
Wasana. Sakana. Tigana. Hold on. Tigana. Viskana. Vuskana.
All right, stop the clock.
11 seconds left.
Yeah, the water has filled the tower. The steampunk gear has turned to 11 seconds. Marilette, what is your activity?
I'm going outside for a walk. My outside is the Leaning Tower of Pizza, and my shoes are Keith Cold Monster.
We are still going to need to clean up that 3rd activity, and we have 11 seconds to. You know what? Everyone's perfect.
You're
perfect.
all doing great.
It's gonna be perfect. Thank you. Everyone's great. But we have 11 seconds to clean it up to be even more perfect. Do it.
Scuba.
That's time.
That is time. Marilette, for the last and final time, what is your activity?
Yes, I am going outside for a veritable walk after a year-long pandemic. My outside is the beautiful Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy, and my shoes are morning journalists, morning co-anchors.
I am so sorry. That is not correct. I am going to give Heather an opportunity to steal.
Okay, I'm going outside for a walk. Outside is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and my shoes are David Letterman.
I am so sorry. You were taking a walk in nature. Your nature was the Leaning Tower of Pisa. However, your shoes are the incomparable Stephen Colbert.
Oh.
Stephen Colbert. All right. So we are.
Old monster. Yeah.
Got it.
So we are facing our final 2, and for those who know me, know that I'm about to make up this next piece of information. The final 2 things are actually worth 10 points each. So we're turning it over to the blue team for thing number 5. 10 points on the line for this activity. Heather, do you think you can do it?
Yeah.
You're perfect. So blue
Thank
team,
you.
Let's go.
Okay, super boom. Okay, sort of beep beep beep. Okay, so but oh, you can say oh, guys, Ooh,
Shabada zikamala hovasada.
1 minute.
Shabada habada shabada. Oh, shabada.
Oh,
No, but shabada. Zabada. Shabada. Down. Shabada. Hot to the bench. Hot on the front. Azaba harada. Zabada. Oh, zabada. Shabada. Oh, Shabada Sadebo. Shabahada. Hola Marada.
30 seconds.
Ooh, I like
10 seconds.
All right, Heather, stop the clock. Stop the clock.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm chilling in a hot tub. Oh, yeah. Okay, I am, the hot tub, or no, I am wearing green beans, and I am with the cast of the Muppets.
Oh, so close. So close. That is incorrect. Your activity is correct. We need to clean up those other 2 replacements, and I think the blue team has some ideas. So we have 6 seconds, is it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Got it.
Shabada habasada. Shabada. Oh, somebody he, somebody whoop. Shabada ha. Zabada.
Time. No more clues. No more clues. Heather, for 10 points, what are you doing?
I'm chilling in that hot tub, and I am wearing edamame, and I am with the very, very handsome Neil Patrick Harris.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. I will pass it over for the steal. Marilette, what is the activity?
Yes, I am chilling in a hot tub. I am with that little bird that dips into the water, like has a little hat on and a little bow tie on and goes like that. And I am with Stephen Colbert.
Ooh, the rare double suggestion. No, that is incorrect. You were relaxing or chilling in a hot tub. I would love to have a little desk ornament of the person you were with dipping into the water. Idris Elba. You were with Idris Elba and you were wearing breakfast sausage. But now I'm just picturing Idris Elba like as James Bond, just like.
We can end the show there.
That's what we said.
Dream.
We tried.
We can dream. We're gonna be doing great. It's fantastic. However, I got to see this final activity because I'm very excited for it. Red team. It's 20 points. If whoever gets this, it is 20 points.
Oh,
we already had Stephen Colbert. We had Idris Elba. This one, I'm like, no, this is a 20-point one. Players, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, I should get that. Look at
that. Scuba baba. Scuba baba. Scuba baba. Scuba baba. School. Ask school. Scuba baba.
1 minute.
Oh, I should get cricket.
All right, stop the clock. What we got?
All right.
31 seconds.
31 seconds. Marilette, what are you doing?
I'm taking a nap with the doggy. My blanket is a Band-Aid. And, bollocks, I am at Yeah, sure. An at the Star Trek teleportation machine.
I see. I can see what you see. However, we are going to need to clean up that third replacement. We had 31 seconds on the old-timey TikTok. Perfect. Players begin.
He's at America.
30 seconds.
All right, stop the clock. Stop the clock.
2 seconds? 2 seconds.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
20
My left.
seconds.
Oh, 20.
Sorry.
Time is a relative in the little in the fantasy novel teleportation.
I'm gonna blame that one firmly on Ford.
We have a best friend in suspenders who is guiding us to a fantasy realm, and he has not yet determined what time we are on. But Marilette, what is your activity?
Taking a nap with a doggy. My blanket is a Band-Aid. And my dreams are a Star Trek teleporter.
I'm sorry, we're going to need to clean up that third replacement. Clean it up,
20
players.
seconds.
Let's go.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
All right, stop the clock.
11 seconds.
11 seconds. Somebody rings the bell. That's what summons the Lord Dragon to take us all away from the match afterwards. Marilette, what are you doing? Oh, that was a hard R. Sorry, Marilette, what are you doing?
I'm still napping with that adorable puppy. My blanket is a Band-Aid, and my dream is just the concept of teleportation.
That is correct. 20 big points going over to the red team.
Yes.
All right.
20 points.
That puts us at red with 25 and blue at 20. So the red team has won. All right. That was a good match. We learned about topical ointment and so many other things that hand sanitizer can be. So let's give it up for our nobody loses here, but the team that didn't win. Let's give it up for that team. That's the blue team. It is Heather Scholl, Meg Grunwald, and Cynthia Kamak Attack. And then give it up for the winning team. We got Susan Harmon, Marilette Martinez, and then we have Captain Ashley Garon. Yes, and give it up for your rev, my girl squad. It is Allie Bomer. Also give it up for our MD, Ryan Mira, who's been on keys and given those sweet, sweet clues and tunes all night. On behalf of myself and Ryan Fjord, thank you so much for coming out. Stick around for the next show. You don't even have to leave the screen. You can chat here, or go grab yourself something to eat or drink. All right. Have a great rest of your Friday. And remember, you have 2 options: either lean with it or rock with it. That's all. Thanks, guys.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another session of Comedy Sports DNI Talks with your host, me, Luis. I am a longtime Comedy Sports player both in Chicago and in Los Angeles, and now serving as our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. Now, one of the reasons we started this show is to essentially not just present our ensemble to our community, but also to hear their stories, to hear their truths as to how they've made their way through improv communities, whether they be here in Chicago or in any other city, but also specifically what they've gone through as they're climbing the ladder at Comedysportz Chicago. both so that we can stop repeating the mistakes of the past and start repeating the good moves of the present, and obviously build an environment where people feel like they can do their best work and feel appreciated, and essentially make these conversations normal within our ensemble, our communities, so that we can talk about this stuff more and progress forward. Today, I am joined by one of our ensemble members. She's been around for a few years, but we have become very good friends. One of my best friends here in Chicago. Please welcome Marilette Martinez.
Fanfare, rockets, fireworks.
One sparkler.
And it's out.
Yes.
You write your name.
We're on a budget. How are you?
I'm all right, you know. I'm riding the insurrection ride, like, you know, yeah. We all up, we're down, we're all around. So
it has been a week.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm just taking it like a moment at a time right now.
Oh yeah,
as best as I can.
It has been a heavy week. This very much timestamps this conversation.
Yeah.
That we are what 5 days? 5 days from?
5 days out. Yeah.
5 days out from the insurrection, and
yes,
here we are talking improv.
Woo! It's cool. It feels good. Yes, and Louise.
So, Marilette, for all of our viewers, our community, our fans that are out there watching who are not familiar with Marilette, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where your improv journey started?
Sure. So I am a born and raised San Francisco native. I grew up doing theater. I went to theater school. After graduating from a theater conservatory, the Pacific Conservatory for the Performing Arts in Santa Maria, California, to little tiny town. I went back. I got a job offer from Kaiser Permanente's Educational Theater to do like doing educational theater tours like all over Northern California. And that was when I was about, I think, freshly 20 years old. I think I was about to turn 21, okay. like I'm 2 months into the job or something.
You were a baby.
And I was a baby. And I have worked in some capacity with that company for the last 17 years, which has been a huge blessing. A little less now, especially since the pandemic, but especially since I've been out here in Chicago for the last 3 years. So when I wasn't doing children's theater by day, I was also doing a lot of teaching artist work all over San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, all over the place. But mostly those 3 cities, mostly SF and Oakland. No, Berkeley was there a long time.
From like the get-go, you've just been in the arts.
Yeah, I remember like my college roommate, shout out Kelly Nitkin. One day we were talking, I don't know, this was maybe several years after we graduated, and she was like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go teach out in Oakland, and then I'm gonna teach in SF, and then I'm gonna teach at some other school in SF, and then I have rehearsal, and then I'm gonna go home." And she was like, "Girl, you're doing it." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" "Yeah, I know, I got stuff to do." And she was like, "No, like you're doing it. Like when I met you, like this was our idea of like being an actor and making a living as an actor. Like you're doing it." And it was just like a really cool reminder and just like oh yeah, stop and like pay attention that you're living your dream, instead of like your hustle. And so I got to do a lot of awesome work in the Bay Area and abroad a little. And yeah, I got to work with a lot of dope playwrights in the Bay Area, a lot of them who are doing really amazing and wonderful things nationally and internationally now. I was a company member at Word for Word. No, I'm sorry, not Word for Word. So they're a great company. I taught for them a lot. I was a company member at Women's Will for a little while, which was an all-female Shakespeare company. Cool. And we did like free shows in the park. And then I was a company member with Impact Theater in Berkeley and Cutting Ball Theater in San Francisco at the same time. And both of these theaters focused on like creating new and Cutting Ball was more new and devised work, and then like takes on classics, very like cerebral, lots of PhDs in the room. And it was like in this like little black box theater in the Tenderloin. And then over at Impact, it was in the basement of a pizzeria, and it was like going to all my Star Wars nerds and making theater and comic book nerds with the PhD Melissa Hillman in the room. Shout out Better Gertrude. She's an amazing theater practitioner and I think writer about what's happening in theater, in the landscape of theater. And so I got to have this really beautiful mix of just like weird, heady, nerdy, crazy shit to do. And then I did a lot of the plays I worked on were like overtly political theater, overtly comedy, overtly theater that was definitely like our message is front and center. And so, sorry, you.
No. No, I wanted to acknowledge, like, so not only have you been like working in the arts, but the work that you were doing was very like socially aware and politically aware, and essentially like trying to move certain things forward, not just, you know, My Fair Lady for the sake of My Fair Lady.
Yeah, I've PCPA kind of specialized in the My Fair Ladies. Like it was a musical theater school. Like it was a very interesting place because it was Santa Maria, which was very like elderly white conservative America on one side of town, and then literally across train tracks, migrant farm workers. And immigrant, day laborers. And in the middle of all this, like a equity theater conservatory, like to bring you crazy for you. Like, and so while I didn't do a bunch of main stage stuff, it's an amazing program. It's still around. They do incredible work still. A lot of the work I was doing was in studio, and the teachers that I was working with were very much pushing things like Brecht and like deconstructionist theater, devised work, very political, like it was like we got to do all the like gritty stuff that like they couldn't sell to white America, like in that way, or they couldn't take those kinds of risks. And so so that was a large part of like what my training became. And one of my teachers at the time, I remember him, he had worked at ACT in San Francisco for a while in his career and in the Bay Area. He had said, Mark Boer, who's the artistic director, he was like, listen, I know that we don't do a lot of what the theater that it is you're gonna be doing. Like we don't do it. And I'm really excited for you to go back to the Bay and like do all that work there. He's like, and it was I felt very seen, and I was like, thank you for understanding. Thank you for saying, I feel it, you see it, great, awesome. And it was during that time also that I had, one of my teachers at the school, Anastasia Kuhn, she had worked with San Francisco Mime Troupe. And so she, which is essentially collective run socialist political musical theater that does free shows for the people. They don't take corporate donations. They are very much they have an excellent model. They have always been wonderful and just in their innate sense, revolutionary and radical. And they started in a really cool way, connected to Bill Graham and music, and essentially Bill Graham started producing concerts to bail his mime troupe friends out of jail for protesting in the 60s and 70s. And so this is the breeding ground of theater that I was coming from. And while I'm doing all this very cool stuff, I've always been a comedy nerd. I've always loved comedy, and I've always just had a big secret that I felt like I was in a comedy closet, because I really wanted to I loved watching Saturday Night Live. I loved watching one-person solo shows, John Leguizamo's Mambo Mouth. I remember seeing that when I was far too young to see, and I remember just being that I want to do that guy, that. And so just sort of fell in love with comedy in that way too. And then also just, watching a lot of TV, a lot of sitcoms, a lot, all the things. It was watching SNL, they used to show Groundlings on TV. Do you remember this?
Maybe. Was this after SNL?
It was after SNL. They used to show like literally just like in the back of the Groundlings Theater in LA, just shows. And it was like Mindy Sterling and a bunch of these people, right? Yeah, like
it was either that or it was like a stand-up show. I think it was like Gotham Tonight or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, there was a bunch of this stuff that was always on like OG Comedy Central, right? And like so I watched a lot of that stuff, absorbed it, and really wanted to do more improv and do more writing on my feet and playing in that regard. And so one day I was like, like I'm just gonna go to, like my homeboy Ugo, who is an incredible performer, clown, improviser, wonderful human being. He was like, yo, like there's this drop-in improv class over at this place called Lila. Do you want to go with me? I was like, sure, yeah, let's go. So we went in and we just like played, and like a lot of the stuff was familiar, or like I was like, oh, this is a new game, or like, but a lot of stuff like I had known because I've been teaching for so long, and you use a lot of improvs to teach. So I was like, okay, like, and so that was sort of like my gateway back like into the improv world in the Bay Area. And so then I took classes there for a little bit. A lot of the teachers there had either gone through like programs here in Chicago. And so they had, sort of those experiences and those pedagogies. And I was like, okay, like this is cool. And so it just really ignited this curiosity and sort of like coming out of the improv closet and being like, because in theater, like, it feels very regimented in this one way where it's like, there's actors, there's directors, and it's very boxing. It's very limiting in certain regards. And I was like, oh, but I want to do more. Like, and I want to do it. Like, I don't want to do it in the like sit down and write way. I'd rather just make some shit up with somebody. And so I started taking classes, started teaching for Lila eventually, played on a couple of house teams there. We, what did I do? True Medusa, which was an all women's team. We did Heralds, and then I was part of another all lady Herald team called Sorry Not Sorry. And then I formed, out of Sorry Not Sorry, I had met Marcia, and her and I formed Pura Pocha, which was her and I would do shows with, and we would use like loteria cards to get our gets.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so her and I did that for a little while. And so, yeah, I was just kind of like diving more into that improv world. And one day at work, I was like, Kaiser will pay for me to take classes and things like that and cover like a significant portion of the tuition. Like I should just go to Second City and like, cause I was teaching a bunch of improv for the company during the day. Right. And like leading a lot of exercises because of my educational background. I was slated to, the following year, I was slated to co-create with 5 other artists and being sort of in like being a lead on the project, not the lead, but I'll lead on the project, to create a, it was a 4-series workshop for teens around social and emotional wellness, all using like art and theater to explore those concepts and those topics. And I had pushed really hard for a number of years for us to move into a residency model as opposed to like the drop and go model. I was like, if you really want to see community change, and if you really want to like be involved in a community, you have to invest more than like an hour of like, here's our show, gotta go. And so while part of our mission was like to inspire, not necessarily be like track it, I was like, well, this is also a topic that is complicated because you're dealing with things like suicidality, you're dealing with things like depression and anxiety, you're dealing with things like systemic oppression, you're dealing with things like food insecurity. So like all of the things, and abuse, all of the things that are happening in young people's lives. And if we really want to investigate how we can best serve them, then we have to like go and hang out for a few days and work with them. So as we were putting this all together, I was like, well, I know that I'm going to be using a lot of like improv to generate work from our team, as well as like inspire curriculum and lesson planning. So I was like, I'm going to see if I can get them to pay for me to do adult intensive at Second City.
Smart.
And so I'm there on my little work computer, tacking. And my homegirl, Charisse, who's an amazing, amazing theater practitioner, is like, pokes her head and she's like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm going to see if I can, get them to pay for me to go to Chicago. And she's like, I've always wanted to do that, like go to Second City. I was like, girl, come on, let's go. She was also going to be on the team with me. So I was like, great. So we got it approved. We're going to come to Chicago for 3 weeks. They were going to cover tuition mostly. I also applied for a Second City scholarship. So I was like, great, we are good. Came out here for 3 weeks, did the summer intensive.
When was this?
This was in summer 2016, I want to say.
Okay.
Because I moved in fall of 2017. So this was in summer of 2016. And
it's so funny that you say that because I'm realizing now we were taking intensives at the same time. I landed in Chicago and got offered intensives because they wanted to fill some spots, so they filled it with some of their performers and teachers. And I just gotten off the ship, so they were like, "Do you want to do these for free?" So I did like a musical one and then a songwriting one. That's when I found out I can't write songs. But I then you and I were literally like passing each other,
crossing paths,
and didn't even.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like my Brown sensor would have gone off. Like I feel like I would have like dialed in, like even if I thought like over there, I'm like, hey, what,
Just all of a sudden, just.
Yeah. We're close by.
And
that's wild.
How were those intensives? How were those 3 weeks?
It was a really inspiring time, and it was also just like a really interesting time because because of the makeup of a lot of the projects I've worked on, the spaces I've typically been in have been heavily BIPOC as well as heavily queer. And so I was like, I am rarely in a teaching environment that is
not
this white, like just this like homegrown kind of white. And I was like, wow, okay. Like,
yeah,
and like obviously I knew, right? Like we know that is the legacy of comedy and has been the historical norm of comedy. But I had never quite experienced it in that intensity, right? Because it's 3 weeks. You're doing it, 5 days a week for 3 weeks, all for 3 hours or 6 hours or whatever you're doing, and you're going to see shows at night and your little cohort like muddles around and whatever, and like so yeah, it was very I would say that the nice thing though was that because Charisse and I were in our 30s, I was like, oh, we're like, we'll have fun, but like some of our classmates who were like in their like 20, 21, they were like all like in the classes like 6 hours at I've seen 6 shows tonight. I was like, damn, y'all. And I was like, I think because I had always wanted to move to Chicago and had such a desire and curiosity about Chicago, I was really using this trip as an opportunity to be like, could I live here? So I was really curious about getting to see the city a lot. So while improv and comedy was like a big focus for me, it was also like, is this a place I want to call home? And I want to get to know it more. And I had friends out here, so I got to see them and connect with them and see this place through their eyes. And that was really amazing and cool and very like, and literally within like 48 hours, I was like, oh yeah, I could absolutely, it's happening. We're gonna do it. So yeah, so that was a very like that whole experience. My first week of classes was with Deanna Griffin Irons, who's their director of inclusion, equity and inclusion, and like, which I was like, oh, this is great, like fantastic, and sort of learned a lot. Like I'm always, as a teacher, I'm always watching how people teach, right? So it's like as hard as it is to sort of turn that part off, like I always want to, but it's like always there. And so learned a lot from her from like a teacher facilitator point of view, and then just sort of watching how she was navigating through some of these moments that did get a little sticky or did get a little like, all right, like let's how do we handle that in the room? And so that was very cool. Second week was a little bit different. We had Tim Sasko, I think, was our teacher, and he's just a very different temperament than Deanna, and that, like, I think was shocking for a lot of people, especially because improvisers, particularly in this setting, it's young people, or it's people who are maybe newer to improv, or just not necessarily. I don't know. It's I don't know what it is. It's what am I trying to say? The long and short of it is improvisers have a hard time getting notes. If they don't come from a different performance background, they have a real difficult time getting notes and criticisms. Now,
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another session of Comedy Sports DNI Talks with your host, me, Luis. I am a longtime Comedy Sports player both in Chicago and in Los Angeles, and now serving as our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. And one of the reasons we started this show is to essentially not just present our ensemble to our community, but also to hear their stories, to hear their truths as to how they've made their way through improv communities, whether they be here in Chicago or in any other city, but also specifically what they've gone through as they're climbing the ladder at Comedysportz Chicago. Both so that we can stop repeating the mistakes of the past and start repeating the good moves of the present, and obviously build an environment where people feel like they can do their best work and feel appreciated, and essentially make these conversations normal within our ensemble, our communities, so that we can talk about this stuff more and progress forward. Today I am joined by one of our ensemble members. She's been around for a few years, but we have become very good friends. One of my best friends here in Chicago. Please welcome Marilette Martinez.
fanfare, rockets, fireworks.
One sparkler.
Yeah. And it's out.
Yes.
You write your name.
We're on a budget. How are you?
I'm all right, you know. I'm riding the insurrection ride, like, you know, yeah. We all up, we're down, we're all around. So
it has been a week.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm just taking it like a moment at a time right now.
Oh yeah,
as best as I can.
It has been a heavy week. This very much timestamps this conversation.
Yeah.
That we are what 5 days? 5 days from?
5 days out. Yeah.
5 days out from the insurrection, and
yes,
here we are talking improv.
Woo! It's cool. It feels good. Yes, and Louise.
So Marilette, for all of our viewers, our community, our fans that are out there watching who are not familiar with Marilette, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where your improv journey started?
Sure. So I am a born and raised San Francisco native. I grew up doing theater. I went to theater school. After graduating from a theater conservatory, the Pacific Conservatory for the Performing Arts in Santa Maria, California, to little tiny town. And I went back. I got a job offer from Kaiser Permanente's Educational Theater to do like doing educational theater tours like all over Northern California. And that was when I was about, I think, freshly 20 years old. I think I was about to turn 21, okay. like I'm 2 months into the job or something.
You were a baby.
And I was a baby. baby. And I have worked in some capacity with that company for the last 17 years, which has been a huge blessing. A little less now, especially since the pandemic, but especially since I've been out here in Chicago for the last 3 years. So and when I wasn't doing children's theater by day, I was also doing a lot of teaching artist work. all over San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, all over the place. But mostly those three cities, mostly SF and Oakland. No,
So
Berkeley was
essentially
there a long time.
from like the get-go, you've just been in the arts.
Yeah, I remember like my college roommate, shout out Kelly Nitkin. She one day we were talking, I don't know, this was maybe several years after we graduated, and she was like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go teach out in Oakland, and then I'm gonna teach in SF, and then I'm gonna teach at some other school in SF, and then I have rehearsal, and then I'm gonna go home." And she was like, "Girl, you're doing it." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" "Yeah, I know. I got stuff to do." And she was like, "No, like you're doing it. Like when I met you, like this was our idea of like being an actor and making a living as an actor. Like you're doing it." And it was just like a really cool reminder and just like oh yeah, stop and like pay attention that you're living your dream, instead of like your hustle. And so I got to do a lot of awesome work in the Bay Area and abroad a little. And yeah, I got to work with a lot of dope playwrights in the Bay Area, a lot of them who are doing really amazing and wonderful things nationally and internationally now. I was a company member at Word for Word. No, I'm sorry, not Word for Word. So they're a great company. I taught for them a lot. I was a company member at Women's Will for a little while, which was an all-female Shakespeare company. Cool. And we did like free shows in the park. And then I was a company member with Impact Theater in Berkeley and Cutting Ball Theater in San Francisco at the same time. And both of these theaters focused on like creating new and Cutting Ball was more new and devised work, and then like takes on classics, very like cerebral, lots of PhDs in the room. And it was like in this like little black box theater in the Tenderloin. And then over at Impact, it was in the basement of a pizzeria, and it was like going to all my Star Wars nerds and making theater and comic book nerds with the PhD Melissa Hillman in the room. Shout out Better Gertrude. She's an amazing theater practitioner and I think writer about what's happening in theater, in the landscape of theater. And so I got to have this really beautiful mix of just like weird, heady, nerdy, crazy shit to do. And then I did a lot of the plays I worked on were like overtly political theater, overtly comedy, overtly theater that was definitely like our message is front and center. And so, sorry, you.
No. No, I wanted to acknowledge, like, so not only have you been like working in the arts, but the work that you were doing was very like socially aware and politically aware, and essentially like trying to move certain things forward, not just, you know, My Fair Lady for the sake of My Fair Lady.
Yeah, I've PCPA kind of specialized in the My Fair Ladies. Like it was a musical theater school. Like it was a very interesting place because it was Santa Maria, which was very like elderly white conservative America on one side of town, and then literally across train tracks, migrant farm workers. And immigrant, day laborers. And in the middle of all this, like a equity theater conservatory, like to bring you crazy for you. Like, and so while I didn't do a bunch of main stage stuff, it's an amazing program. It's still around. They do incredible work still. A lot of the work I was doing was in studio, and the teachers that I was working with were very much pushing things like Brecht and like deconstructionist theater, devised work, very political, like it was like we got to do all the like gritty stuff that like they couldn't sell to white America, like in that way, or they couldn't take those kinds of risks. And so so that was a large part of like what my training became. And one of my teachers at the time, I remember him, he had worked at ACT in San Francisco for a while in his career and in the Bay Area. He had said, Mark Boer, who's the artistic director, he was like, listen, I know that we don't do a lot of what the theater that it is you're gonna be doing. Like we don't do it. And I'm really excited for you to go back to the Bay and like do all that work there. He's like, and it was very, I felt very seen, and I was like, thank you for understanding, thank you for saying, I feel it, you see it, great, awesome. And it was during that time also that I had, one of my teachers at the school, Anastasia Kuhn, she had worked with San Francisco Mime Troupe. And so she, which is essentially collective run socialist political musical theater that does free shows for the people. They don't take corporate donations. They are very much they have an excellent model. They have always been wonderful and just in their innate sense, revolutionary and radical. And they started in a really cool way, connected to Bill Graham and music, and essentially Bill Graham started producing concerts to bail his mime troupe friends out of jail for protesting in the 60s and 70s. And so this is the breeding ground of theater that I was coming from. And while I'm doing all this very cool stuff, I've always been a comedy nerd. I've always loved comedy, and I've always just had a big secret that I felt like I was in a comedy closet, because I really wanted to I loved watching Saturday Night Live. I loved watching one-person solo shows, John Leguizamo's Mambo Mouth. I remember seeing that when I was far too young to see, and I remember just being that I want to do that guy, that. And so just sort of fell in love with comedy in that way too. And then also just, watching a lot of TV, a lot of sitcoms, a lot, all the things. It was watching SNL, they used to show Groundlings on TV. Do you remember this?
Maybe. Was this after SNL?
It was after SNL. They used to show literally just in the back of the Groundlings Theater in LA, just shows. And it was Mindy Sterling and a bunch of these people, right? Yeah,
it was either that or it was a stand-up show. I think it was Gotham Tonight or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, there was a bunch of this stuff that was always on OG Comedy Central, right? And so I watched a lot of that stuff, absorbed it, and really wanted to do more improv and do more writing on my feet and playing in that regard. And so one day I was I'm just gonna go to my homeboy Ugo, who is an incredible performer, clown, improviser, wonderful human being. He was yo, there's this drop-in improv class over at this place called Lila. Do you want to go with me? I was sure, yeah, let's go. So we went in and we just played, and a lot of the stuff was familiar, or I was oh, this is a new game, or but a lot of stuff I had known because I've been teaching for so long, and you use a lot of improvs to teach. So I was okay, and so that was sort of my gateway back into the improv world in the Bay Area. And so then I took classes there for a little bit. A lot of the teachers there had either gone through programs here in Chicago. And so they had, sort of those experiences and those pedagogies. And I was okay, this is cool. And so it just really ignited this curiosity and sort of coming out of the improv closet and being because in theater, it feels very regimented in this one way where it's there's actors, there's directors, and it's very boxing. It's very limiting in certain regards. And I was oh, but I want to do more. And I want to do it. I don't want to do it in the sit down and write way. I'd rather just make some shit up with somebody. And so I started taking classes, started teaching for Lila eventually, played on a couple of house teams there. We, what did I do? True Medusa, which was an all women's team. We did Heralds, and then I was part of another all lady Herald team called Sorry Not Sorry. And then I formed, out of Sorry Not Sorry, I had met Marcia, and her and I formed Pura Pocha, which was her and I would do shows with and we would use loteria cards to get our gets.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so her and I did that for a little while. And so yeah, I was just kind of diving more into that improv world. And one day at work I was Kaiser will pay for me to take classes and things like that and cover a significant portion of the tuition.
like I should just go to Second City and like, because I was teaching a bunch of improv for the company during the day, right? And like leading a lot of exercises because of my educational background. I was slated to the following year. I was slated to co-create with 5 other artists and being sort of in like being a lead on the project, not the lead, but I'll lead on the project, to create a what is it? It was a 4-series workshop for teens around social and emotional wellness, all using like art and theater to explore those concepts and those topics. And I had pushed really hard for a number of years for us to move into a residency model as opposed to like the drop and go model. I was like, if you really want to see community change and if you really want to like be involved in a community, you have to invest more than like an hour of like, here's our show, gotta go. And so while part of our mission was like to inspire, not necessarily be like track it, I was like, well, this is also a topic that is complicated because you're dealing with things like suicidality, you're dealing with things like depression and anxiety, you're dealing with things like systemic oppression, you're dealing with things like food insecurity. So like all of the things and abuse, all of the things that are happening in young people's lives. And if we really want to investigate how we can best serve them, then we have to like go and hang out for a few days and work with them. So as we were putting this all together, I was like, well, I know that I'm going to be using a lot of like improv to generate work from our team, as well as like inspire curriculum and lesson planning. So I was like, I'm going to see if I can get them to pay for me to do adult intensive at Second City.
Smart.
And so I'm there on my little work computer, tack.
16 teams locked in comedic battle in the toughest competition happening in any sport, anytime this March. The 6 Things Tournament! This Saturday, the Final Four is here. Our Red and Blue Division champions will be decided, and they'll go head-to-head in the finale next week. But who will it be? In the Blue Division, this will be an all-out battle. The Midwest Mid-Bests are looking better than ever with their smooth takedown of Cat Tax last week. And their opponents and tournament Cinderellas, the Angelica Houstons, survived a tie with the Shea Stakes and won the audience vote by 3 total votes.
It is 50-50 with a score, oh my God, with a score of 1,329 points to 1,326 points. Moving on next week is going to be the Angelica Houstons.
Oh, no. Can Bradley Markov and his team keep their dominance going, or will Connor Wood's squad squeak out another amazing victory? In the Red Division, we have another absolutely amazing matchup. Last week, the Busta Mimes were behind their whole match until anchor Ryan Ford, I know him, stole the final clue of Laffy Taffy joke, propelling them into the final showdown.
So I'm making a firearm at Long John Silver's, and the wood itself is a Laffy Taffy joke?
Yes! Yes! That's exactly what
He'll be going up against 30 plus, who were shocked by the Hot Lava Boys, resulting in a tie match. The audience ultimately gave the go-ahead to 30 plus.
Moving on is 30 plus.
So the showdown is set. Is Captain David Dritzis shook by the tie last week and the fact that he's going up against his old Chicago teammates? Will Captain Todd Kenworthy finally lay down that 900-mile-per-hour gibberish we've all been waiting for? This match could go either way. Who will move on? Who will take it all? Sampada chocorakacha amazing! Horjabaragambombond extravaganza! Sambargantochaba cheese!
Hello, loyal fans. Did you know that March is Women's History Month? Well, did you? If you didn't, now you do. And you can celebrate with us right here at Comedysportz Chicago. We're going to feature special events throughout the month, but specifically our Friday 7:30 p.m. matches are going to feature all female players all month long. The entire event is going to culminate in a very special weekend, April 7th through 11th. Comedysportz Chicago is so excited to host Comedysportz Worldwide Women's Weekend. That's right, we're going to welcome women from Comedysportz cities around the world for a weekend of all female matches. So be sure to mark your calendar for April 7th through 11th and join us throughout the month of March for special events and some fun surprises to celebrate Women's History Month. We hope to see you right here at CSCN Chicago.
Oh, hey honey, how are you? I'm doing okay, Aunt Jean. Just trying to keep my head on straight. Yep, I told that lady at the coffee shop to just give me the whole dang coffee pot. Yep, how are you, Aunt Jean? Struggling. Girl, I don't feel confident using this fancy Loom, Zoom, whatever it is. Working remotely, honey, for Aunt Jean just feels so different than working in that office. Have you thought about taking an improv class? Child, now why would you think I would do that? I need help at work. I'm funny enough as it is. Right? Yeah, of course, you are certainly funny, Aunt Jean. But improv classes can help develop other skills. Improv can help folks build confidence or just be better public speakers. Girl, I'm a working woman. I do not have time for a full 8-week class. You don't have to. The new training center blueprint allows you to take 1, 2, 3, or even all 8 classes. If you only have time to take 1 2-hour class, then you can sign up for that one. You can also bundle your classes and save money. Well, I do need more help. Plus, I have some hilarious jokes to share. Have you heard that classes start February 22nd and that folks should sign up ASAP if they want to reserve their spot? See, your mama didn't raise you right, interrupting your elders. What did you say, Aunt Jean? Nothing, child. Where do I sign up? Well, Aunt Jean, just head to cscchicago.com. If you're still unsure, you can always schedule a time to chat with someone from the training center to help you figure out the best path. Okay, honey, I gotta find my glasses that I lost again. I'll see you in class, okay? See you in class, Aunt Jean.
Yeah!
Hello, Gladys. Gladys Pumpernickel. It's me, Nana Hannah.
You want my Nana.
Hmm?
Hannah, you're not my Nana. You're just Hannah.
Oh, you're such a stinker, Gladys Pumpernickel. My fans on the Twitch call me Nana Hannah. It's my stage nom.
Oh, you have fans?
On the Twitch.
You have Twitch?
I bet you need me to tell you what a Twitch is. Well, here's how it all started.
No. I'm Pumpernickel Up the Jams 42. I stream NBA 2K.
Oh, Gladys. How wonderful for you and your family.
What do you stream on Twitch?
Comedysportz.
Is that an MMORPG? Or is it more of a battle royale situation?
Gladys Pumpernickel, I have no idea what you're saying right now, and I have the right mind to go get an old priest and a new priest and march right over there to bring you some of my world-famous salmon bread, of course.
Oh, I do love your salmon bread.
Anyway, Comedysportz is improv comedy, and my adorable grandson and online winner Jason sometimes plays and tries to make funny voices and characters. It's so much fun. There's barns burning and people speaking in tongues. It's a real gas.
Sounds like a real hoot.
It's a humdinger of a good time.
Sounds like a real romp.
Shenanigans.
Is it quite the bee's knees?
A real hullabaloo.
Oh, the cat's pajamas.
It's a fiasco.
Well, that's a real bowl of spicy salsa.
Jazz. Huh. Yes. That's enough, Gladys Pumpernickel.
Oh, well, I'll connect my Prime account right away so I can get them some subscription money.
Gladys, are you a robot?
No, I just mean when you connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, the account you subscribe to gets some funds, to help them operate.
Oh, and I have to pay for that, yes?
Hannah Bananasworth, do you know nothing?
No. And I have never heard my last name until now.
If you have an Amazon Prime account, then you can connect to Twitch for free. It's like a little tiny donation to the theater.
Oh, that's so nice. How do I do it?
Oh, I'll explain it for the blue hairs in the room. You go to gaming.amazon.com. Now, if you haven't logged into your Prime account, do that now. I know you're already confused, Nana. Now, you should see an option in the top left corner to link your account. So go ahead and do that and sign in to your Twitch account. It'll give you a little confirmation box. Go ahead and confirm. Okay, you're not going to be giving government secrets away. Hannah. Now, once you've done this and you've confirmed, you can go to twitch.tv/CSZN Chicago. And in the bottom right by the video, there's a little purple box. Press the purple box, Hannah. Now scroll down until you see subscribe for free with your Twitch account. It's that simple. And now you're...
No, they're all in the 80s. Yeah, the character's name is 11. No, I don't know. Oh, we gotta go. We're on stage. Hello, and welcome to the CSZN Network. I'm your host and announcer for the evening, Bruce Phillips. This is the online home of Comedysportz Chicago, the home of competitive improvisation, coming to you live on Twitch TV. We have two teams tonight of some of the finest improvisational comedians in Chicago who will be performing scenes and games online through their cameras without the benefit of a script and will be awarded points for the quality of their scenes. That's who we are. Now, who are you? We're going to go to the chat right now and put a poll in the room. As you can see, we want to know if you are a loyal fan, a super fan, if this is your first time here. Help us celebrate you. We get a lot of returning people all the time, so I want to know a little bit more about who you are. These polls will be an important part of tonight's event. Well, before we had to rely on our applause-ometer that was in the theater, now through the miracle of the internet, we can quantify an accurate and exact measurement of your love and approval, which I find to be considerate and not cold and creepy. No matter what anyone's ex-girlfriend says, it's good to have that. So let's take a look at that poll that's coming in. We've got a lot of people, 10 plus shows. That's amazing. Go ahead and put your information in there if you've seen anything in around there. First times. We have no ghosts in the chat, it seems like. Excellent. A lot of returning super fans. 10 plus shows. I love to see that. Keep it coming. Wonderful, wonderful work. Good to see you all here. Now, a couple information about what else we are going to need from you. The polls are just one part of it. Since this is AAA professional improvisation, the actors will be gaining the inspiration for their scenes and games from you, tonight's loyal super fans. That inspiration is going to come in the form of suggestions. Now, while normally you would shout these out to our players just from your seat on our stage, unfortunately, this time you are going to have to be yelling them out from the comfort of your own home. But also type them. Type them out as well. We don't have microphones installed in all your homes yet. Not that we are, just, some of them. We don't have, basically, just CSC Jasons, really. That's about it. But type them in. We're going to get practice getting suggestions right now. You know what? Let's start in the chat room here. Please type or use an emoticon that you've rarely or never used before. Put them in the chat box now. That's right, suggestions don't always have to be text. Let's see what we got popping up. Oh, there we go. Nice spot. See, someone thought I was going to ask for a location. You're already on top of this. Yeah, give me those emoticons. Give me those sweet, sweet gimmicks. Very nice. Love these. These are all excellent. All right, enough emoticons. Now, please type an activity that is often done or first learned when you were very young, like riding a bike, or... Great. Keep them coming, keep them coming. We only have microphones in Mark Wilder's apartment, so you are going to have to type some out. Oh, these are great. Thank you very much. All right, take a moment there. Let's get one more round of suggestions. Give me an action or activity that you've seen in the movies, like collecting the Infinity Stones or having dinner with Andre. Type in the activity, optional the movie. Yep. I like how someone just typed the movie, gave me no activity. Good, these are great. Wonderful. These are suggestions that we will possibly use later in the match. We'll be looking through them. The players and I will both be checking those out, so feel free to interact with our players throughout tonight's match. Remember, suggestions aren't the only way you can participate in our matches. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit the heart button on our channel in order to follow us. Currently, we have somewhere around 540 followers. Try to jump that number up a bit tonight. You can also subscribe to our channel. For even as little as a single month, a portion of that money goes directly to us here at CSE, helps keep the theater alive for return in a post-vaccinated world. Thank you very much for all of those suggestions. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your followers. A couple of things that you need to know. Finally, here at Comedy Sports, we do not believe that we have to curse at you to make you laugh. However, while not every show on the CSZN network is appropriate for everyone, this show is. And we enforce that with the use of the brown bag foul. Now, all the players are aware of the brown bag foul. Oh, I thought we had our... There we go. Thank you, Ryan. You're on keys. While all the players are aware this is intended, the show is intended for everyone, they are still making things up off the top of their heads. And they may accidentally blurt something out that steps over the line of good taste. If that happens, the referee could very well call the brown bag foul, and the offending player will have to search around their apartment and place something over their head for the remainder of the scene, song, or game. Ideally a brown bag, but in this digital world, that is not required. This is a foul that also applies to you, our online loyal fans, so please do not troll the room with your inappropriate suggestions, or you may find yourself booted from the room and out of the match. Take a moment right now. You can also check our About page here on Twitch TV and learn about our CSE merch. You can also take a scroll through our resource guide. This guide includes information on Black Lives Matter and Black-owned businesses, Black, queer, and LGBTQ+ artists. We recently updated it with resources for how you can support Asian communities across the country, communities that are happening right here in Chicago, organizations and support. Please take a moment, learn about how you can donate and support to these communities today. We greatly appreciate you for all you do to support community and being here and help supporting live theater in a digital age. All right, everyone in the chat. I think that's all the business we need to get started. So get yourself fired up in the chat. However you want to do applauses. 6 and 7s, 8 and 9s. I don't care. It's 9:30. We're getting crazy, folks. I want to see everyone going absolutely nuts. Let's get this match started. ladies and gentlemen, neither and both, friends and foes from around the world, help me welcome to your screen tonight's competitors. First up is tonight's challenger in red. Make some noise for the Costco free samples. Leading off, his birthday is next week, but he asks all of you to please vote for him this week in lieu of presents. It's Josh Segovia. On anchor, he is an avid reader of Mohawk Aficionado, the cool and always spiky Luis Cortez. And your captain of the red team. She told me in confidence before the match she once saved 100 worms from a rainstorm, and nobody is surprised. It's Tara Egan! But will they have the fortitude to overcome the defending team? Your hometown team in blue, the downtown Chicago Bosses! Leading off, she has a heart of gold, and doctors are baffled. It's Ashley Guerin. On anchor, from the University of Delaware, the same college as our sitting president, although we don't think it's the same graduating class, please give it up for Matt Elwell. And finally, leading this team of heroes and bosses, he was a finalist to be on Real World Hawaii, but he turned them down because he didn't want to change his appearance. It's Jason Geis! And now, please, up off your couches and chairs at home. Let's see those chat rooms go absolutely nuts for your referee for the evening. It's Simon Collier!
Oh. Hey, Bruce.
How are you all doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Those were all 100% real facts.
That's all true. Those were all absolutely true.
Yeah. So I learned a lot about our players here tonight, and so that was really enjoyable for me. Now, you mentioned everything. You were so good, so wonderful, so professional, I might add. But we do need to still mention our technical fouls, T for technical, because we are on the internet, and the internet can go awry. So if that should happen, well, too bad. So sad. You're going to lose a point or something. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, and I'm feisty tonight. So feisty, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, captains, get on up here. Hey.
Good evening.
What you got there?
Oh, these? Why, it's Kirkland Signature Milk Chocolate Almonds. 1.36 kilograms.
Wonderful. And Jason, what about you? What you got? What you drinking?
Oh, I'm just drinking some Healthy Aid kombucha.
That sounds terrible. Now,
my gut health.
Bacteria you can drink. So normally I am the one who dishes out punishment and scoldings and mean words. So instead, for your coin toss tonight, I would like for each of you to come up with a good roast of me. And whoever roasts me best will get to call this first opening head-to-head game. So Jason looks so shocked.
I hate this.
Oh, good. No, it's gonna be great. Wonderful. So Tara, you're the visiting captain, so I'll let you begin.
Simon, you're so nice. I heard Santa Claus retired.
Oh, ouch, ouch. I need some aloe for that burn. Now, Jason, it is now your turn for a rebuttal.
Oh, sure. But before I get into it, Simon, do you happen to have a hat I can borrow? I can never tell.
Listen, it's just, I had to put them somewhere.
Oh, I didn't notice them there.
Just whatever. I guess that's a pretty good burn.
And yet, no hat is being worn.
No, well, no, I don't have a performance hat. Can't mess up the do. Okay, well, that one made me the most uncomfortable. So we're going to give that to the bosses. So good work. What do you want to call for this opening head-to-head?
Well, I saw a little bit of what Tara's got, but I'd like to know what more they've got. This is an excellent segue.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to call What You Got.
Wonderful, that made sense. Okay, terrific. We'll field your teams. Now, in the chat, if I could get everyone to start throwing things that go together or maybe don't. That could be like famous duos, you know, like your old Batman and Robin. It could also be things like peanut butter and jelly, but it could also be things like a dog and a hot air balloon. So I just need two things together, so start throwing those out. Now what's going to happen is these two teams are going to be battling through dance and further slinging insults. The captain of the team will do the dance move, and then the other people will follow along, and they'll be challenging each other back and forth. However, if someone like falls off the meter, or I think their dance move is weak, well then they'll have to rotate, and the team that has the fewest rotations at the end, well, they're going to get 5 tasty little points. So to start, let me go through and review. You've had so many delightful suggestions here. Oh, oh, I love it. Now we're gonna start with the classic Timon and Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa. Who's first for each team?
We're gonna send up Ashley.
Okay.
We're gonna send up Josh.
Oh, beautiful. Just our two folks in the middle. So Josh, you'll be Timon. Ashley, you're going to be Pumbaa. And Ashley, we are going to begin with you. Players for this game of What You Got. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. What you got?
It means no worries. It means no worries. It means no worries. What you got?
I like to eat apples. I like to eat apples. I like to eat apples. What you got?
I like to eat grubs. I like to eat grubs. I like to eat grubs. What you got?
Oops, I farted. Oops, I farted. Oops, I farted. What you got?
I sound like Nathan Lane. I sound like Nathan Lane. I sound like Nathan Lane. What you got?
I can sing opera. I can sing opera. I can sing opera. What you got?
That didn't sound like too much of an opera to me, so I'm afraid you're going to have to rotate, Ashley. So
we will send Matt
beautiful. I liked it.
Now that's opera.
Yes. Oh, I like this. This is a Mark Wilder classic, Baseball and Frogs. The classic pairing. So Josh, you'll be baseball. Matt, you're gonna be frogs. And Josh, we're starting with you.
Fans this season. What you got?
Oh, sitting on a lily pad. What you got?
A base is like a lily pad. What you got?
A lily pad's like an acid. What you got?
Home run. What you got?
Mahomes here. What you got?
I also live here. This is my house. I'm doing this show from our house.
That's true, but I don't. That's you don't play baseball there. I'm sorry, Josh. That's a rotation.
Wow, Luis, you're up.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh man, so many things that I enjoy here. Like penguins and popsicles. Penguins and popsicles is our next pairing. Luis, penguins. Matt, popsicles. Matt, we're starting with you.
Break me in half. What you got?
Waddle me around, waddle me around, waddle me around. What you got?
Too sweet for you, too sweet for you, too sweet for you. What you got?
Too waterproof for you, too waterproof for you, too waterproof for you. What you got?
How you like my sticks? How you like my sticks? How you like my sticks? What you got?
How you like my knees? How you like my knees? How you like my knees? What you got?
I'm from Costco.
No, you're a boss. They're from Costco.
Their energy's too strong.
How do you like my sticks, Matt? You're rotating out.
He thought that was going to win it for him.
Yeah, you really did, but...
The classic penguin knee.
Wow. That's... that was really silly. Let's get some more things. Maybe some brands. You could throw those things in there too, like the old Nike versus Adidas, Kirkland versus Newman's Own or whatever. I don't know. Are those comparable? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
that old feud.
Yeah, you know,
as well known as Penguins and Popsicles.
Penguins and Popsicles.
No.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Elisa. Ritz versus Triscuits. This is a feud right here. How crispy you like your crackers. All right, so Luis, you'll be Ritz. Jason, you'll be Triscuits.
Yes.
And Luis, you will kick us off for this round.
I'm round and buttery. I'm round and buttery. I'm round and buttery. What you got?
I'm square and dry. I'm square and dry. I'm square and dry. What you got?
Enjoy the flakes. Enjoy the flakes. Enjoy the flakes. What you got?
Top me like a pro. Top me like a pro. Top me like a pro. What you got?
I'm also a chip. I'm also a chip. I'm also a chip. What you got?
No, No, I don't think so. I don't think you're a chip. I think you're a buttery cracker. I'm
I'm
sorry.
a cracker and a chip. You've never had
I
Ritz
don't-
chips? They're delicious
No,
and
I-
only half the calories. You can
I'm
get
sorry,
them
you're
at
out. I'm
Costco.
sorry.
I'm not
sorry, you're
familiar
no
with
longer
that.
here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm sorry.
That is tight. That is 2 rotations for each team. This comes down to
Yeah.
Tara and Captain Jason. Captain Tara and Captain Jason.
Captain Battle for what I feel like is going to be a real, just a melee of turkey versus tofurkey.
Jason loves it.
Yeah, Jason, you'll be turkey. Tara, you'll be tofurkey. And this is for 5 points. So whoever wins this gets those tasty points, and we'll be off to a big old lead. Jason, I think we're starting with you. So you start now.
Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving! What you got?
No one had to die for me! No one had to die for me! No one had to die for me! What you got?
Would you like to touch my waddle? Would you like to touch my waddle? Would you like to touch my waddle? What you got?
A wee little soybean, a wee little soybean, a wee little soybean. What you got?
I've been spared! I've been spared! I've been spared! What you got?
Tricked you, not turkey. Tricked you, not turkey. Tricked you, not turkey. What you got?
I come in breasts and thighs. I come in breasts and thighs. I come in breasts and thighs. What you got?
Doesn't take too long to cook. Doesn't take too long to cook. Doesn't take too long to cook. What you got?
Purdue done it! Purdue done it! Purdue done it! What you got?
The vegans are happy. The vegans are happy. The vegans are happy.
If we know anything from Cynthia Kamak, the vegans are never happy. That's 5 points to the bosses.
I had such a good follow-up.
Whew, I think we learned there's a lot of heated feuds out there that you wouldn't know about otherwise, Bruce.
Yeah, that's very true. I also learned that in the 1800s, penguins' knees were used as a cure for most diseases.
Well, too bad that didn't stick. Let's get Captain Jason up here.
I'm updating Wikipedia as we speak.
Perfect. All right, Jason, that was a strong performance there. A lot of turkey information. was shared. What would you... what do you want to call? What's your next game?
Before I call the game, I do want to, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, Luis was right. There are rich chips, but I don't care. So we would like to play the game of American Idol.
Wonderful. Go ahead and screen thine team.
Screen mine own team.
In the chat, the place where you give the suggestions, that's what it's called. I would love for you to give suggestions of song titles that are not real song titles. So no You Drive Me Crazy or Bye 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 or anything like that. I don't want to hear anything like that. I only want fake songs. So give some suggestions of fake songs. Now, the way we're going to use these is the bosses are going to be auditioning American Idol style. We're going to see some good auditions, some bad auditions, and some woefully just worse than that auditions based on these songs that you're going to be suggesting and accompanied by the delightful Ryan Mira. So to begin, first of all, I would just love to meet our contestants. First, in the sparkly jacket, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alice, and I am just so excited to be here. I've had the craziest life, and I'm so ready. I'm so ready to have a good audition to show you that.
Wonderful. Everybody does love when the contestants have just like a deep personal trauma that we learn about throughout the course of the show. So we'll break into that soon. Then you with the glasses, please.
Hi, I'm Brian. I prefer e-learning to instructor-led training.
Riveting. And then finally in the hat.
Hey guys, I'm Unit. I'm a guitarist that plays at Potbelly's, and I have a troubled home life. I can't wait to win and also cash in all these free meatball sub coupons.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's see here. What do we got in terms of suggestions? A whole bunch. Y'all came up with some very good. Ooh, wow. Check all this out. Oh, okay, here we go. We're going to take the suggestion of Slid Down the Abacus to Zero as your first song that you'll be singing. And Alice, we will begin with your performance for Slid Down the Abacus to Zero. Take it away.
I love to slide down my emotions, and when I feel like I can reach out and sing for all of the people who want to listen.
I'm weeping. Brian, it is now your turn to perform for us.
Thank you. I slide down my emotions because something about an abacus. It's not a calculator. It's a calcula now. I'm an abacus of emotion. Click the next one.
That was something. Now, Unit, if you could please regale us with your rendition.
Thank you. I slide down the abacus to zero. I slide down the abacus to zero. I am sign up for the hero, cause the sign of the evidence is zero. Zero, 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 zero.
Okay, all right, okay, wonderful. I see that happened. Now, then the next thing I would love, you may have also gotten a recording of the song "Hey, You're Dumped," and I would love to hear
My
that
level's
as
okay.
well.
My level's
We'll get
okay.
back to you, Unit. Wonderful. So, Alice, if you could begin with the prepared work of "Hey, You're Dumped."
My heart is breaking. It's shattered everywhere. But I know I need to pick myself back up. I need the ice cream. And I need the wine. And that will help me through all of my hard time. And I will just say good positive things to myself, 'cause that's what I need.
That reminds me of all of my heartbreaks. But Brian, now it's your turn. Your turn to.
I got a different recording.
Well, okay. Do it anyhow.
Hey! Not straw, but hay. Not loved, but dumped. Not there, but here. Alone. Hey! Not straw, but hay. Dwayne said it 3 times. Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, yeah, I see where we got the wrong recording there. We'll fix that. I'll get that over to the producers
I
unit.
accept your apology.
Yes.
Yeah, Simon. Are my levels okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see which one you got.
Okay. Yeah! Hey! Yo, you got dumped! I know I'm pumped! And I can't be more elated! And then I screamed, and I shouted, and I went out and skated! Booyah, 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 dumped.
And that's the game.
How are my levels?
They're great.
Wow. How about that, Bruce?
I think we've all learned something about singing.
We have. All right. Well then, let's keep that in our brains because it was a time we all shared. But let's get Captain Tara up here, please.
Okay.
Hey.
I love oil being here. I love being here with
Perfect.
you.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah, that's likewise. Hey, what do you want to call to compete with that?
Oh my goodness. Well, just like Costco, we have so many different brands and varieties available to purchase. We'd love to play genre replay.
Wonderful. Excellent. We'll go ahead and screen that little team. So we're going to start by seeing a short scene here. So go ahead, put in the chat a place where there's just like an endless amount of things to do. Like in high school, there was a place called Family Fun Center. It was like a putt-putt and like a, it had all the, like an arcade and stuff. So like, what's a place that has stuff like that? Perfect. I'm gonna take the so many good things. Okay, Santa's Village is fun. not seasonal at all, but we're taking it. Santa's Village. So we're gonna start with that scene here in Santa's Village. Costco's, are you ready?
Yes. We're wearing the same thing, Anthony.
Chrysanda, we both work here. Of course we're wearing the same thing.
But isn't that fun? Isn't that
I
so
guess
fun?
getting an after-school job is fun because you wrecked your dad's car, I guess.
Oh, I heard about that in gossip.
Sandra, you know I dropped gossip. I couldn't keep the grades up.
You dropped gossip, but gossip didn't drop you.
Oh my goodness, there's our gossip teacher.
Oh. And then, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Samantha ate lots of cabbage in front of her mom.
Wait a minute. Do you both work here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Chives.
That everyone's gonna want to hear that.
Wait,
Mr.
Mr.
Chives,
Chives.
we just work here. There's nothing else between us.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's here. You know, out of all.
Okay, wonderful. That's a beautiful bass scene that we've got going on. So now we just need some things to make it a little spicy. So go ahead and throw a bunch of genres in the chat. This could be movie genres, book genres if you read books. It could be like cliques from high school. It could also be, what's that? A musical genre, you say? Like a dubstep or something, but definitely not dubstep under any circumstances. Wonderful. So what's going to happen is we're going to see this scene replayed with those genres that I'm going to grab now. Oh, wonderful. I do love the idea of Muppet Show. Muppet Show. Broadway musical. And young adult dystopian novel. So, for Muppet Show, Broadway musical, and young adult dystopian, Tara, how would you like to replay this?
That order is beautiful.
Lovely. I love that. So easy peasy. Wonderful. So now we are going to see this same exact scene done as The Muppet Show.
Oh, what would you look at that? We're wearing the same clothes, buddy.
Of course, Cassandra. It's the same clothes. We work here.
That's so funny that we're wearing the same clothes.
I think you're dressed appropriately for the weather.
That's right. It's always good to wear short sleeves when it's hot out.
Yeah, and I'm colder by nature, so I have long sleeves. Anyway, I have to work here because my mom got laid off.
Oh, what? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't want to say anything because it's rude.
I'm this week's human guest star, Dom DeLuise. Can someone tell me what's happening? It's chaos here.
You're so tall.
5 minutes to showtime, Mr. DeLuise.
I haven't even been to my dressing room, Scooter. What's happening?
Okay, that was pretty accurate. That was pretty accurate. Oh, well, silly. Now we're going to see it again as a hit Broadway musical.
Another day at work, and look at me matching. Another day, another jerk. But it's not catching because I'll never be a jerk like you. Not like you.
Work, in River City. Work here the mayor.
Mayor Dom DeLuise, Mayor Dom DeLuise, Mayor Dom DeLuise, Mayor Dom DeLuise.
And there goes the mayor.
You work here. You work here. You both just work here. As the mayor, I declare, I love that you work here.
Okay, get your tickets now at BroadwayChicago.com. But finally, we're going to see this done as a dystopian young adult thing, novel, book.
Whatever.
Alone, like I have been since the reckoning. Oh, Scabbard. Of course we're wearing the same government imposed clothing item.
Sorry I'm late. I got stuck in the fourth scorch.
There's no time for apologies these days, Scabbard.
You were supposed to lead us, but instead you covered us in your own filth.
Filth is a part of us, and if you forget that, if you for 1 minute lie to yourself about that, you're the fool.
What are you doing beyond the river?
No, it's a native.
You now belong to us. You went beyond the river. You know the rules.
No, put a shirt on. It's over. Wow. What'd you think about that, Bruce?
I just got a email here. We have a cease and desist letter from the estate of Dom DeLuise.
Of course. Well.
But I think it's because they liked it so much.
Yeah, they were like, we could never live up to this.
Too much.
Yeah. Hey, should we vote on that?
I think we absolutely should. If you want to check the chat box right now, loyal fans, we're going to ask you which team do you want to take those 5 big points. Whether it was the blue American Idol or the red genre replay, please vote now.
They were both very good.
Yes, and the chat is reflecting a tight match.
Yes.
Tight match.
Oof. Wow.
Coming in.
What would you
right
do,
here,
Bruce? What would you do?
50, right on the line.
Oh my
Everyone
gosh.
loves Reds and Blues. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
We are counting down. It is a very tight match. I love to see it. It means you're invested.
Yes. Is it going to be the e-learning of Matt Elwell or the shirtless Luis Cortez that does it for you tonight? That's really going to be the question on everybody's minds.
Remember, this is also a chance for you to give that little heart underneath the screen a like. Make sure that you're following the page. Subscribe to our channel. Get a lot of great information about what's happening on the CSEN network. And it comes down to the blue American Idol. Takes it.
That was close, though.
51% of the vote. Good Lord, they're like Biden.
Yeah, that was 30 points difference. That's nothing. Small potatoes, as it were. Wow. Well, I guess it's time for another head-to-head, and the captains should be here.
Let's do it.
What?
I did just get another new hat, Jason. Just yesterday.
Wait, I didn't know you liked hats.
No.
David, do you not see there's a lot of hats
Kombucha.
Gross. Tara, what you got there? Is that a snack pack? Is it a variety snack pack?
It's 45 miniature goldfish bags in a box that came from Costco.
What?
Great. I like that. I like that better than kombucha any day. What do you want to call now?
I'm glad that you like it. You should give us some points about it. We want to play challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for those goldfish. So that's
I love it. Thank you.
reasonable. I almost gave you 45 because that's how many were in the box, and I was like, that's too many. That's too
Your
far.
first instinct is right, Simon.
Divided by 15.
Yeah, that's the compromise.
Simon.
Wonderful. So, what's that?
I was just saying, oh Simon, you're an absolute card.
I said I was feisty, and I meant it. Now, you called it challenge, so we're going to play that now. That's the thing we're doing. So everybody needs to be here, and in the chat, I need an area of expertise, something that someone might have a PhD or a master's degree in. Like my brother has a PhD in something that I don't understand, and I couldn't even tell you actually what it is. And he's a professor, and I'm here. So, yeah, and it's like risk analysis. He's a consultant. I don't know.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, he's fancy, and I'm here. So, let's see. What do we got here? Ooh, ornithology. Yes, I like ornithology. That is a thing someone could study a lot. Now, Tara, since you are currently slightly behind and only have goldfish points, who do you want to start talking about the matter of ornithology?
Oh my goodness, it's gotta be Josh. He's holding a bird.
That's true. That's the rules. All right, so I'm going to have an arbitrary 2 minutes on the clock that I make up, and whoever is left at the end of those true 2 minutes will get 5 more points for their team. Oh, and you might be wondering, like, what's the challenge part? That's because someone on the side could say
Challenge!
And then they could potentially replace the person speaking if I see fit. But for now, we're going to start with Josh with those 2 minutes on my clock and my clock only. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for attending my lecture. You'll see in my hand a reconstruction of a macaroni penguin, aka the rockhopper penguin. If you've ever seen Happy Feet, this is the one that is voiced by Robin Williams. Now, the funny thing about
Challenge!
Yes, Jason.
I haven't seen Happy Feet, and if people in the audience haven't either, they're going to have a really hard time following this.
It's true. Context is very important. Go ahead.
Now, if you haven't seen Happy Feet, that's okay. If you've ever been to a zoo, that'll work. They're the fun little penguins who are just waddling around right up the front. And you just want to go tickle them on their little tum-tums, and then you can go down and walk around and put your face up against the glass and that.
Tara, yes.
Just the description of where these penguins are is kind of confusing for me, Jason.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I'd just like to say it's really important when describing locations to keep in your mind's eye what you've laid out before. When you're writing a story, when you're telling a story, it's good to think, okay, I put a dresser on that side of the room. Always remember that dresser because the reader is going to know.
Yes.
I would like to get back to the true study of ornithology.
Okay.
The true study of ornithology centers around Orin, the mythical Gothic figure from Parks and Recreation. Orin used to wear an entirely black costume and freak out all the other characters. Now, to Tara's point, these things happened in a location and a story, and you had to remember where everything
1 minute.
Now, the thing about ornithology, if you study
Yes, Josh.
You didn't have to remember where everything was because you could just rewind it.
That's true. It is a watchable thing.
When watching a streaming service or even a DVD, there's a little button. It's usually 2 arrows pointing in opposite directions. There's 2 buttons, sorry. And then you press 1 to go forward. You press
Challenge!
1 to go back.
Yes, Jason.
It sounds like Josh needs to spend some more time with his remote and get to know it.
That's true. 40 seconds left.
Thank you. Now, about that dresser that I put on the left side of the room, I find it to be nice there, but I've often... Yes?
Tara.
You did this, but it's the opposite. The screens are mirrored.
That's too confusing for my brain. I'm sorry. Jason, continue.
Thank you. Now, sometimes I move the dresser around toward the front of the room, as you can see here.
Yes, Luis.
You did that the wrong side. The screens are mirrored.
It makes more sense now.
Thank you.
So, you know, when it comes to Zoom, there are many,
Challenge!
Ashley, 30 seconds left.
No, Luis just, laughed too much. I didn't know what he was saying.
That's true. He's wearing his giggle pants. Go ahead.
So then when you're pushing things around, then you really get the idea of the space, the things that you want to put inside of your space. And you know what? When you create that space...
Luis.
If you're pushing things around, there's already things inside your space.
Okay, yeah. 15 seconds.
You're imagining what you're going to put in there. You can't...
Challenge!
Put around that are already in there.
I challenge Luis to a mirror off.
This is unprecedented.
A mirror off.
But okay. Go. There's 10 seconds.
Challenge.
Yes, Tara, please.
I want to win, so I hope that this is done.
Great, there's 5 seconds, so please.
Amazing. It's not that winning is important to me, it's that I've gotten the Aries moon. And so
Challenge!
That was 5 seconds. That's 5 points to the Costco's.
Oh my goodness.
Luis, are those Ritz chips that you're
There
holding?
are Ritz chips.
And I discredited their existence. 2 points. that's my bad. That's my bad right there. That's okay. So what's that bring our score to with the 2 chip points?
Waiting for our score to come up on the screen. We are looking at points.
Good. I think it's tied now, actually. I'm pretty sure.
We are tied. We are at 10 to 10 is what we are at right now.
Goodness gracious. That's something. I didn't think we'd get here. Now, you seemed bewildered by that whole thing, Bruce.
It was mostly the mirroring that confused the heck out of me. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what side of the screen I was on. I didn't know if I was the only one here in the apartment because there's a mirror like across the way. I thought there might have been someone else in there, and I wanted to attack it.
Yeah, mirrors are hard.
A lot of things happening.
Yeah. You know what else is hard? This part of the match where it's 6 things. So, captains, who are you going to nominate to play the hardest game here? 6 things.
Oh, for me, it's going to be Penguin King Josh Segovia.
Wonderful.
And for me, it's going to be Penguin King me. Listen to my Penguin episode on PodPod, now available on iTunes.
We'll be in the executive lounge. No big.
Wonderful. So for this game, oh boy, get those little typing fingies ready because it is a 6 things time. Now let me see what our 6 things are. And while I'm doing that, let's just go ahead and start getting some stuff thrown into the chat here. You know, I was trying to think of like fun things to ask for, and I was like, oh, you know what's cool? Shark Week. But you know what would be cooler? If other stuff had their own weeks. So go ahead and throw in the chat some stuff you wish also had its own week. And then also, if you could put in the chat just like who you think, if they're like they are a real person, but if they were turned into like a cartoon kitten, who would be like super adorable. And we'll use those for braiding hair, which is our first activity here. Okay. Oh, okay. I love all this. Look at you. You're all so fast at typing. I also agree. Lasagna should have its own designated week. So the hair that you're braiding is lasagna. And the hair that you are braiding belongs to Adam Sandler.
Excellent.
Which is a fun visual. So Bruce, if you could go ahead and get us some stuff for number 2.
I will. For playing Nintendo, can you write in the chat for me right now? Can I get a suggestion of something that you would find in the grocery store aisle that you never go down? Like, it's that aisle, you never really need anything from there, what's down that aisle? Like halfway down it, too. A lot of great stuff coming in. I love this. And then also write for me down in the chat a Disney or Pixar movie. Just any Disney or Pixar movie that's a favorite. I'm going to say that the Nintendo cartridge, the thing that you were doing in Nintendo cartridge, is going to be Breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
And the game that you are playing specifically is going to be the movie Up. It's a game of the movie Up, which is $1 million idea. Pixar, give me a call.
Yeah, you could make some bank on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to be writing in cursive, which is a thing that no one needs to do. So I'm going to use some of these excellent suggestions you threw in earlier, and I agree, Instant Pots are also great. So the pen itself is going to be an Instant Pot. And oh, look at all this. Oh, all these movies are good. Ooh. Okay, and then let's see. I guess we could say the paper you're writing on is going to be Cinderella.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Story of Cinderella. Let's go to Sinking in Quicksand. In the chat for me right now, please. Type a type of dessert that you really like, but something that takes preparation. You know, not like instant pudding or anything like that. Something that takes some work. Maybe you order it in a restaurant specifically when you have like a fancy night out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. And then, these are making me hungry. Also, please write in the chat for me a type of material, like a type of cloth, like silk or something else that you either like or hate to run your hand over. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna say that you are sinking in tiramisu. And the outfit that you are wearing is going to be pleather.
Oh.
Fake leather, pleather.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a party.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to things 5 and 6, which are both 10-point rounds. So we're going to make these a little trickier. So first thing, we're eating pizza in a cup. Are we in the cup or is the pizza in the cup? That's for our players to figure out.
We're all in a cup of some sort.
We're all. That's a good metaphor. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask in the chat for just the dreamiest person from the 90s in your opinion, and also something that if it was fuzzy, you'd be alarmed, like cheese or I don't know. If like a bottle of lotion was suddenly like fuzzy, I'd be like, what happened to my lotion? These are interesting things. I tried to get creative, Bruce. I don't know if it worked out too good. But thank you. I'm trying, don't want to ask for the same old. Yes, Wes, I'm going to take Lizzie McGuire. So the person you're with, you are with Lizzie McGuire. It didn't seem right to eat her head. And then let's see. Okay, great. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, and then guitar strings. Guitar strings are going to be the pizza.
I like that very much. Moving on to you're watching The Irishman, which is streaming on Netflix. We're going to take Robert De Niro out of that. And you can't just replace Robert De Niro with anyone. So give me an entire cast of a television show from when you were a kid It doesn't have to be necessarily your year. It could be like I watch Nick at Night, which is like a lot of older movies, a lot of older television shows as well. Who is an entire cast of people that we're going to replace Robert De Niro with? Oh, I like that. We're going to replace Robert De Niro with the cast of Night Court. That's real good. And then let's take the TV that you were watching, this masterpiece on The Irishman, and instead of the television, it is going to be this object that is notable in history, right? Like the Ark of the Covenant. Like it could have changed history. Famous or not so famous, but it, you know, like like when we first invented silly putty or something like that. Something that changed, that impacted our world and our history.
Silly putty really did it.
A lot of people like the Code of Hammurabi in there. A lot of Hammurabi heads out there in the chat. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna take. Ooh, I want to get a lot of options here. Oh, I like this. The basket that Moses was in. Real excellent stuff there.
That's a 10-point round-worthy clue right there.
Exactly. I did a lot of great ideas there. I love Slinky, Michelle, and Austin. Thank you for that. I just think that these guys are pros. We need to step it up just a little bit. The basket that Moses was in from Prince of Egypt, the new hit musical coming to Broadway.
Perfect. Yes. BroadwayInChicago.com. Now then, you might be wondering if you didn't vote in the poll earlier and you're like, well, I've never been here before. You might be very confused by what's about to happen, and that's rightfully so. So our guessers, Jason and Josh, are going to come back in a moment, and the bosses are going to guess activities 1, 3, and 5, and the Costcos get 2, 4, and 6. Now, they each get a minute and a half to guess each of these activities, but they can't use words. That's silly. They can only use mime and gibberish, which is a completely made-up language. And their teammates are going to have to give them the activity as well as all of the replacements. If they guess correctly, well, then they get points. For activities 1 through 4, those are each worth 5 points, and activities 5 and 6, as I mentioned, are each worth 10. Now, if they get it wrong, however, they don't get points, and the other team has the opportunity to steal. Since it's a tie game right now, truly anything can happen, anyone could win, and it's gonna be thrilling, if I had to guess.
I'm sorry if you've already covered this, Ref Simon. Also, just want to be clear that they will be giving these clues completely in gibberish. They cannot use English language. We cannot understand what they're going to say, and I'm very excited to hear everybody's gibberish.
Yes. Me too. I think there's going to be a lot of wabbas, a lot of scabadabas.
Just remember, it's a wabba saba, everybody.
Yeah, that is true. That's a wise man once said that.
That's what it is.
About the St. Louis Arch, I believe.
It's just a wabba saba.
It's just a wabba saba. Let's get our guessers back in here, if we could, so that we can get this party going and see who's gonna take home the Comedy Sports Cup.
These players are real fired up because we've got a Six Things tournament that's currently running. We're coming down to our final championships. Is that right, Simon?
Correct. The final 4 will be participating tomorrow night, if you believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. Anything could happen there as well. And then
players
we move
from
on
all
to
over
our
the country
final.
performing in this very game. A lot of Chicago players in that final match, and all of these people have played and either are performing in the championship or have lately been eliminated. I'm getting a thumbs up from our tech. It looks like we are ready to go.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, guessers, these are some wonderful things, so get ready. They're tough. They're fun. And bosses, again, you are going to have these odd numbers, so you are up first, Jason and bosses, for this first activity. For this, is everybody ready?
It's Scotty.
Okay, go.
Ascabra, clip, 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 Ascabra, ooh. Ascabada. Oh, Ascabada. Oh. Scabba, cabadipera, Ding 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 ding.
All right, we have 20 seconds remaining.
Ooh, 20 seconds. Plenty of time, Jason, to clean it up if you need it. But what are you doing?
Okay, I am braiding my hair, except the hair itself is lasagna, and I think the braid is Adam Sandler.
So you are braiding hair, and the hair is lasagna, but you do need to clean up what Adam Sandler is. But you have 20 seconds. Go.
Skabada, ding ding ding. Asabada. Oh, skabahana. Okay.
Okay, wonderful.
3 seconds
Sounds like you
remaining.
have a... Perfect. What's up?
Cool. I'm braiding my lasagna hair, and I am Adam Sandler.
I will take that. Wonderful. Yes, that's 5 points for the bosses.
Boss is coming out strong.
Ooh. A turkey. Yeah. Gobble gobble from before. We brought it back. But we're moving on to thing number 2, which is forearm Costco's. So your time starts now.
One minute remaining.
Sabah.
30 seconds.
All
right, we're 25 seconds remaining.
Perfect. Josh, what are you doing?
I'm playing the original 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System NES. My game cartridge, which I have to blow on to get it to play, which doesn't work, is not a game cartridge. It is bread. And the game I'm playing, instead of the Mario Duck Hunt combo, I am playing Pixar's Up, the video game. And
Okay, you are so remarkably close. The only thing you need to clean up is what your cartridge is, but I will say you're close, but you do have 25 seconds to fix this, so I'm sure you got it.
Okay. We have 14 seconds remaining.
Perfect. Josh, tell me everything.
Play Nintendo. The game is Up, Pixar branded Up, and my cartridge is Flower.
Still dancing in the same arena, but not quite. You do have 14 seconds, though. Let's get this. Okay. Just tell me what your cartridge is.
Nintendo. Oh, my Nintendo Up and my cartridge is Breadcrumbs.
That's correct. That is it. 5 points. We are still tied.
Coming down to the wire there. Strong showing by Segovia.
breadcrumbs like Ritz chips might leave behind. But we're moving back to thing 3 now, which is
crumbs.
Well, it's still like bread.
We brought it back. It works.
Thank you. I'm trying. Now, Jason and bosses, it's now back to you for another minute and a half.
Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Nom nom nom.
King, king, king. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Two seconds remaining on the clock.
Okay, plenty of time, Jason. What's up?
I am handwriting a letter. My pen is an ice cream maker, and the letter I'm writing is Cinderella.
Cinderella's there. The rest of it you need to clean up. 2 seconds is plenty of time, I believe in you. Crazier things have happened. Go.
That is time. That is time. There is no more time.
I think that did it. Jason, tell me everything.
I'm just trying to piece this together. Okay, I am doing calligraphy. My pen is, oh my god, a popcorn maker, and the letter is Cinderella.
Closer yet, but not quite. I'm so sorry.
Gobble, gobble.
Josh, you have the opportunity to steal.
Oh, I think I got it. My little friend did not help me. I'm writing, I'm sending mail. The address is a waffle, and the mail I'm sending to is Cinderella. That's the addressee.
Also, no. So close. Good guesses all around. This was a tough one. You were writing in cursive specifically. The paper itself was Cinderella, and the pen, that pesky little pen, was an Instant Pot.
Last year's air fryer.
Exactly. Yeah.
None of you knew.
So passé. But anyhow, no points awarded that round. We are still tied up. So we're moving on to thing 4. This is our last 5-point round. It is for the Costcos. Let's do it.
Sabada, yasa. Isabra.
Oh. 30 seconds remain.
Lapata akakati la boca at moo takali pikatoko.
All right, we have 10 seconds left on the clock.
Love that for you. What are you doing?
I am drowning in quicksand. My sand that I'm drowning in is delicious tiramisu, and I'm wearing Harley Davidson baby.
You are correct on everything except that you're not wearing a Harley Davidson baby, which I assume is what you meant to say. But you do have 10 seconds to clean up what you're wearing. Everything else is correct. 10 seconds.
3,
2, 1, time! That is time!
Okay. Josh, time's up. I need to know what you're doing.
I am drowning quicksand. Quicksand is tiramisu, and I am decked head to toe in suede.
Ooh, close, but still not quite. Jason, opportunity to steal.
Yeah, so I'm sinking in quicksand. My sand is tiramisu, and I think I'm wearing like faux leather, like naga hide. Like faux leather.
Bruce, what do you think?
It's your call, ref. I think it's very tight.
I mean, it's not the exact trademark word that I'm looking for, so unfortunately I can't allow it.
Tough but fair, ref. Tough but
fair.
We were looking for that your outfit was pleather.
Oh.
Leather specifically.
Plastic.
Naga hide. That's fair.
Plastic.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I
Oof.
respect the decision.
That's a good guess.
Thank you.
Second round,
But-
tough on these competitors.
I'm known for my iron fist
And your hats.
and my hats.
Wait, he has hats?
What was the
But
new
somehow-
one?
Jason. It's on the door.
Where the hats?
Somehow not my numerous cat figurines. I have at least 10 on my desk. It's fine.
I always thought
could
of
be
you
a
more as a
hat guy.
dog person.
You know, I've heard that. Anyhow, moving on. We are now to our final two things. These are each worth 10 points. We are still tied, so it's still literally anybody's game. I am so curious what's going to happen. Let's kick it back over to those bosses for activity number 5.
What?
Click.
1 minute remaining. Thirty seconds.
Okay, skip it up. I'm not. Wow.
10 seconds.
Skip it up. Get it.
All right, we're looking at 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
6 seconds remaining. 5.
That's all.
What, 15?
We'll take it. We'll take 15.
Okay,
seconds it is.
terrific. Jason, what are you doing?
6 seconds.
Okay. I'm eating pizza in a cup. The pizza itself are broken guitar strings, and I'm with sister.
You're in the right sort of time frame almost, but everything else is correct except for who you're with. You do have 15 seconds,
6 seconds
to
remaining.
clean this up.
15 seconds remaining, of course. 15.
6 seconds remaining. We had a
Bruce, thank you
mirroring
so
problem.
much for 15.
Got it. Okay. The dresser's actually on the right side of the room.
over here?
You have 6 seconds left. Bringing it back. All right, go.
Got it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time. There is that was 15 seconds.
Those 15 seconds sure went fast. All right, let's see what you're doing.
I failed.
I think I got less of the clue. I'm eating pizza in a cup. My pizza is oh no! I really did forget what the pizza is.
You got
Oh,
less.
the pizza has broken guitar strings, and I'm with Barbara Walters.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Josh, you have the opportunity to steal.
Pizza in a cup. The pizza's flavored like broken guitar strings, and I'm with Boy Meets World.
Again, very good guesses. This was another impossible one. You were eating pizza in a cup because how else do you do so? The pizza was guitar strings, and you were with not Hilary Duff, but Lizzie McGuire.
Oh!
Never would have gotten that.
I saw
didn't know who it
iCarly at
was, so I
first.
went for Jerry Maguire.
Oh, is that what that was?
You complete me. You complete me.
Oh, no, he won't. No, I hear it.
You didn't even have him at hello.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
boy.
I guess I'm just Simoning away.
You have a lot of hats too. I don't even want to hear it. You have so many hats. Anyhow, we're moving on. We're moving on to our final thing right now. This is, if nobody gets this, we're gonna have to go into a tiebreaker, and I don't even know what to do with myself. But this
Could be a
could
chance for the Costco's to take the lead and the match.
yes, that could still happen yet. So, final minute and a half on the clock. Costco's, it's your turn. Let's do it.
One minute remaining. All right, we have 15 seconds remaining for real this time.
What's a reasonable amount of time to have left? Josh, what are you doing?
All right, I'm watching Goodfellas. Robert De Niro is actually the cast of Night Court, and the movie theater I'm at is Baby Moses.
Okay, so you are not watching what you think you're watching. De Niro is the cast of Night Court. Moses is involved, but not the way you think. And you have, what was that?
16 seconds remaining.
7
Not 6,
seconds.
but 15.
7 seconds.
15 seconds to clean it on up. You got this.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. And it's time.
The time's gone, Josh. You got to tell me what's happening.
Okay. I am watching The Irishman. Robert De Niro is the cast of Night Court, and the movie theater I'm in is the movie's being projected on the basket that Moses was set afloat in.
That's insane. That's 10 points to the
Yeah, that is it.
I had it.
Oh, wow. So, Bruce, what's our final score?
That is amazing. If we check out our final score coming up to the screen, it looks like we've got the winners and new champions. Give it up for the Costco Couponers.
Lizzie McGuire wins.
Well done. Well done. An amazing run for all of our teams. Please give it up for both teams in the chat, red and blue. We are not sponsored by Costco in any way.
We just love it!
Thank you very much for coming out to Comedysportz Chicago here on the CSZN network. Give it up for all of your players: Tara Egan, Luis Cortez, Josh Segovia. From the blue team, Matt Elwell, Ashley Guerin, and Jason Geis. I have been your announcer, Bruce Phillips. On keys is Ryan Mira, and your referee, the one, the only, known for their hats. Give it up for Simon Collier! With Ryan Ford on tech. Thank you all very much for coming out. Please visit us at CSCN on Twitch or cscchicago.com to learn all about it we have coming up this month. Thank you, everyone, and good night.